There
Because
you go. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. So look. So I normally start by saying it's the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid. But I can't do it because we have some very important things to break down in this game, and we've got a lot of important discussions to be had on tonight's hangout. So let me just give you a taster of what's going to be there. So guys, remember, like the vid. If you're new, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe. These are the greatest shows on the world. These hangouts are the greatest shows because they are raw, they're unbridled, they're rude, they're funny, and they give you all of that stuff, man. So let me just tell you a little bit about what's going to come up in the show. So we're going to talk about Barcelona's circumcision of Osasuna, specifically Messi with his and with his quality amazing goal, and also his tribute to Maradona, and Griezmann with an amazing volley. We'll try and dissect that, look into that. Does that mean anything? Are they back? Are Barca back? We'll talk about Edison Cavani scoring the winning goal for Man United in the last minute, and has Man United now found their strike? Has Cavani now found his feet for United? And will people give me my double spaced apology? But it's also touched a little bit on AC Milan, who are still top of the table. I believe they're 5 points clear at the top of Serie A with another win. Could this really be Milan's season? Because I don't believe it. I'm still my money is still on the dudes who won 9 times in a row. But could AC Milan truly potentially actually win the league this season? Arsenal. We're gonna delve into Arsenal. We're gonna talk about Arsenal. We're gonna try and ask ourselves whether the badge needs to be inducted. I don't want to induct it. I think that would be rude. I think that would be wrong. But it's something that's what we're going to have to discuss and really talk about. And then we're going to now have a preview of Champions League Week 5 preview, looking ahead towards the games. And then finally, we're going to be looking at Modric against Xavi. Yes, that's Modric against Xavi, which of course every Sunday we do like a comparison of legends of past, or just comparison of two players as we try and figure out who are the greatest players in each position and so forth. So for this Sunday is Modric Xavi. So it's a jam-packed show, lots of fun stuff. And remember, if you're here, like the vid. Mods, please watch the live chat or play the live chat. Please, anybody that's spamming, screw them over. And mods, keep reminding people to like the vid. Anytime new people come, every 30, 40 minutes, like the vid, like the vid, like the vid, and subscribe. So let's start here, shall we? With our dear friends Barcelona. Let's start with our dear friends Barcelona. So 4-0. Now, I've never heard of Osasuna. I don't know what an Osasuna is. The only Osasuna I recognize is a meal you have in Taiwan. But I want to come first to Cassius with this. Griezmann's goal was off the flipping chain. That was an amazing goal. That's arguably one of the best goals that he has scored. Messi also showed us those glimpses of good old Messi in the crazy run that he had, and his shots. And of course, he then had his tribute to Maradona. And yes, guys, haters, the Oos scored. Yes, the Oos scored. Screw you, flipping haters. Cassius, talk to me. This win, especially when you're looking at how Griezmann scored the goal and Messi and Griezmann doing their thing, is this showing us a glimpse that maybe Messi and Griezmann can walk to a very formidable Barcelona, or it's only Osasuna? Who gives it down?
So similar to what I said last week after we lost to Atletico Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitano, I don't think we should get too ahead of ourselves for good or for bad. Last week, some people were overreacting, saying that Barcelona would struggle to get into the top four, and that Barcelona should, that's their aim for the season is to get into Champions League for next season. And I said that was an overreaction. And now I don't think we should get ahead of ourselves saying everything is perfect because everything is not perfect. I think Griezmann, he seems liberated. He's definitely playing better. And I really liked how he had an interview last week on Spanish television, and he said that, we're not seeing the best Griezmann. That's maybe the first time that Griezmann said from his own mouth that, it's not It's not Messi being a regime of terror. It's not the system. It's not the coach. It's, I'm not playing up to my level. And he also said that, the fans, the press, and, we need support from everyone so that we can see the best Griezmann. And yeah, he seems liberated after that interview, not only today, but also against Dynamo Kiev. He's doing his stupid celebrations again. So he just seems like Griezmann again, and not the person we were seeing before. So I think that's something that is here to stay. I hope, but in terms of the team, there's still. I mean, as long as Busquets and Coutinho are playing, um, yeah, I think those two players need to be on the bench, particularly Coutinho, because Pedri does everything Coutinho does except doesn't lose the ball as much, and Busquets is just it's I don't think it was a coincidence that as soon as Busquets came on at halftime that the team completely lost the control of the game. The first half was all in Osasuna's half.
Mm.
Um
So,
they had like
okay,
one
but let's say you get rid of Busquets, who comes in his place and who does his job as well as he.
anyone. You can take Alenia, you can take Miralem Pjanic, who didn't even play a single minute. Alenia played for like 25 minutes, so either one of those two would definitely be better than Busquets, because I really don't think it was a coincidence that as soon as Busquets got on the pitch, we lost control of the entire match, and also
Okay,
soon actually got
so
some
do
chances.
do you think this Busquets thing is a political thing, or it's Ronald Koeman who is actually picking
It's
him and
Koeman.
that thing? Oh,
It's Koeman for sure, because and it's the same with Sergio Roberto, because yeah, it's because they're some of the captains. Busquets is the second captain. Roberto, for some reason, is the fourth captain. That's the only reason they play, at least now. So yeah, I think Alenya or Pjanic or Ricky Puig would be better than Busquets. And Coutinho, like I said, he just in the Dynamo Kiev game, he was really the only, there was a bunch of debutants, and Coutinho was the one, there was no Griezmann, there was no Messi, so he doesn't have an excuse of, these guys are taking up my space. No, Coutinho thinks that if you nutmeg people, that's how you score. But actually, the way you score is by shooting the ball, passing the ball, getting into good position so that you get the ball past the goalkeeper between the three posts and in the net. That's how you score. And it has to be across the line. That's how you score, not by nutmegging people. So I think Coutinho needs that lesson, maybe from Koeman, maybe from Messi. Maybe he can get that lesson somewhere.
all right. Ben, talk to me, man. Ben, but Ben, talk to me, man. Messi, Griezmann, balling, doing their thing. Is there hope for a Messi and Griezmann union to perhaps spring a surprise for Barcelona this season, despite all of the narrative being seen that Messi and Griezmann cannot coexist together in the same team?
Oh, okay. Well, I think for your question, if there is hope, yeah, sure, there is hope. I just remember when they first tried to put Suarez, Messi, and Neymar together, and it was shambolic at first. If you remember the first
But it was
few
always going to work,
months.
man. How can
No,
you
no,
use
no.
that to
Can I?
compare
Can I?
with
No, no, no.
one
Just
side
can
man
let
from
me
France,
land,
man?
bro. Let me land. So, but at the end of the day, it wasn't coaching that made it work. Messi, I actually remember watching the game where even after the game they said where they said Messi just said, okay, you know what, Suarez play the middle. I'll go right. So they figured it out somehow. I'm saying I don't think. Yes, you need quality coaching to be able to get. Well, Griezmann and Messi is more complicated because they play the same style, so it's not something of just position because they've been trying to do that. So it's going to take some coaching. It's going to take some really intelligent coaching. And as far as Barcelona continues to appoint coaches based on former players, former this, it's going to be very difficult. And so Koeman, I don't think Koeman has what it takes. I don't think he even has the imagination to be able to be able to put them to make them work. I think they need an intelligent coach. So being stubborn, someone like Pochettino was out there. I don't know. I'm just saying you just need someone more, just someone good enough to make two players who play exactly. And it's not like they play the same style of football. So that's that. But Griezmann's goal was amazing. Was them,
Was it an amazing
like
goal? Probably the best goal. I mean, like the chip he had
no,
against
no, I've
Villarreal was
seen
pretty good, but
from Griezmann, I've seen better goals in Atletico, though. If we'll be frank, but yeah, actually, the guy he scored some screamers at Atletico as well. But
bro,
I'm just saying,
I'm not sure whether he scored a better goal for. The only goal I can say that might be better was that chip he scored against Villarreal. Did you see the state of
are
that
you talking
volley?
about? Okay, okay. Anyways, it's one of the, it's a very good goal, and those are goals that
So
it
wait,
doesn't
does
matter
this
the
mean
opponent.
Griezmann is back? Does it mean that Griezmann can lead them to a treble?
Oh God, how many people have won trebles in their lives? Well, I think he's doing well. A small thing. Madrid has never won treble in their life, so let's be frank. It's he's doing well. I think if he's coming back, he's happy, he's doing his thing, and I think he's better than Hazard at least.
Okay, all right,
When
okay,
Hazard
that's it.
scored
Okay, okay,
against
we're done. We're done
Hazard
here. We're
scored
done
against
here.
Huesca.
All right,
Hazard scored against
thank you.
Huesca.
So
He
thank you,
didn't let
Ben.
us
Thank you
hear
for,
word.
for your contribution. Thank you for your
But now you're
contribution.
saying
Thank you.
Osasuna,
Can you
Osasuna and
Ben? Can you mute your
Huesca.
mic? Ben, can you mute your mic, please? Thank you. Thank you for your contribution, Ben. Thank you very much. Nafeth, talk to me. Messi, Griezmann doing their thing, man. Do you think that we should give more hope for the Messi Griezmann union and Barcelona?
Before I start, I just want to pay respects to Nate Robinson. We we lost a good
Don't
one.
mention that piece of trash here, please, man. That guy embarrassed himself and he embarrassed the black race as well. So please don't even mention his name here, please, Nafet. Please,
Yeah.
please keep it moving.
In regards to Barcelona, I'm not really taking them seriously until PK and Busquets are no longer parts of the squad. Like till they're released, like free agents, because I think those players kind of like, I guess they represent like that they're holding on to this old ideology that they had when Messi was 20, 24, could do things by himself. Like if you look at the Bayern game that they got castrated in, their midfield was Sergio Roberto, Busquets, De Jong, and Arturo Vidal. And like if you take that midfield and compare to the midfield they have now, sure, it's younger, but if you keep putting Busquets in there, it's the same issue. Griezmann, for me, I think he's more of a Mourinho style player. I don't think he would fit. I don't think he fits in the Barcelona system for me personally. So I don't take him seriously.
So sorry, you don't take who seriously?
Barcelona, like sure they won 4-0, but it's Osasuna. I'm not taking Messi and Griezmann leading them anywhere because Messi's leading himself out the door after this year. So
Oh, okay. What's it called? Red Devil Studio. I know that's you, man. So that's your Cavani better than Neymar trash, doesn't it?
That's not me. That's not me.
Red Devil Studio,
That's
talk
not
to me
me.
about this Barca thing, man.
I'm
And
not
your
gonna-
trash ass username, man.
I must confess that it's probably best to move on because I've been working all day, so I didn't actually watch the Barcelona game, so I probably wouldn't have much to say about it. But I can give more so on the United and Arsenal, so it's probably best off moving on.
Okay, all right. So, basically, anybody else wants to touch on Barcelona who either watched the game or saw the goals? Okay,
No, I'll speak on it.
Hassan, talk to me.
I mean, great G from Griezmann. He's still a
Amazing.
brick, by the way. That goal in Chase 9. It's Osasuna, so I'm not going to get too excited for Barca. I shouldn't get too excited. But, bro, I'm still sticking to what I said, I think, last week when they lost to Atletico. El Cheo is ahead of them, that's what I'm saying. El Cheo.
Wait, Hassan, are you in Iraq? Your mic sounds like you're in Baghdad.
Let me fix that.
All right, try and make it clearer, man. Okay, just keep talking, man. Keep talking, bro. Keep talking.
Yeah. I said Barca. I don't know if they'll finish top 4. I see more matches. But yeah, shout out to the US as well. Don't break the legs.
Thank you. The US is back. The US is back and smiling. This is why I keep saying to people that feed the US, keep the US happy. A happy US, Barca can do anything. Anything is possible. Only when the US is unhappy do Barca fail. Simple. You keep the US. Messi is already on the decline. He's reaching the toilet years of his whole thing. The US is the future.
That was a good finish by us.
Barcelona are not going to do anything if they don't feed the US. It's as simple as that.
It was a good tribute. I think I messed as well. One sec. It was a good tribute to Maradona.
Yep.
It was nice. But for me, you contribute him by winning the World Cup for Argentina. Next World Cup. I'm watching.
Bro, that's going to be slightly complicated. That's going to be slightly complicated. So anybody else who wants to talk about this Barca thing, or can we move on to the next thing?
I just want to give a shout out to all the
AJ.
people that said that Messi was finished
AJ.
because
Shut up, man. Wait, sorry, Cassius, talk.
I said before in games that he wasn't playing well. He wasn't playing to his level. I'm not asking anything out of this world. I'm just asking Messi to be the Messi that we've seen for the past several years. And today we saw Messi. He was dribbling past players. He was passing the ball. Pretty much in the first half, he didn't really touch the ball that often. But every time he touched the ball, it was a through ball. It was a switch of play. And a lot of those led to serious opportunities. So I'd just like to give a shout out to all the people that said Messi was finished. I said that Messi needed a rest. He got a rest. And we saw the Messi that was the Messi that we're accustomed to seeing.
Okay. I am high. Talk to me. Barcelona, Messi, Griezmann, balling.
All I have to say to these guys is, can they do it against Cadiz? Until they do it, I won't believe in them.
Why are you bringing Cadiz into this?
Cadiz is the best team in La Liga. We all know this. So
Because
let's
they
see if
beat
they can do
Madrid.
it. When they do it against
I am high.
Cadiz,
No. I'm you're on your last warning here. That is the last brick comments you make. The next trash brick comments you make, I am suspending you from the Hangout. So think long and hard before you make any comments. The next time you make a brick comment, I will let the live chat decide. So live chats, you will be judge and jury here. If you feel that I'm high makes a brick comment, the live chats will tell me whether or not to suspend you from the Hangout. So live chats, you will be judge and jury. So I'm high. You are now currently on trial. If you make a comment, no, I'm high. Shut up. No, I'm high. Shut your mouth. If the live chats prove and say, get this dude out and suspend him, I will do what the street says. So you have been warned now. So look, before we just under this, I'm going to meet this guy, man. So before I under this, look, as I said again, I just want to know what's Messi that we're getting. And I just want to know where Messi's mind is at. It was a great goal, a super goal, and very, very good performance. But can this team sustain it? Can they be consistent with it? Can they find a groove that they can tap into game after game after game? Can they be in a difficult situation and still pull out to win? I still don't know that. But my thing is that a team with the Us, Griezmann, Messi, I know Ansu Fati is not fit, but when he now gets back into fitness, there's enough talent in there to do something. I don't know what that is, but there's enough talent and individual quality there to do something. And there are not that many teams who have the amounts of individual game changers that Barcelona still have going forward. So that's the thing there, man. So moving on to our next topic in here. So Cavani. I want to talk about Cavani here, man.
Yes.
Can I start by saying this? Let me just hit the super chats here from this boy. So from your boy Sean Wall says, I am Ham should have been banned post the first Hangouts. True, but we're giving him a last chance. Don't worry, Sean, we're going to give him a last chance. But he knows the next break comments he makes, the live chats will tell me whether to suspend him or not, and I will do what this is called the streets. The football hot streets will tell me whether or not to suspend this dude. Cavani. Now, I deserve an apology. Let me have a sip of my hot chocolate first. I deserve an apology, and I'll tell you why. I was told that Cavani was finished, he was done, he was past it, and there was no point in United buying him, and that United buying him, it was a waste. And that's why I'm going to come first to Red Devils to deal with this. And I said, and I quote, Cavani, that's a pretty good signing. Yes, in big games, he can miss a lot of chances. But this guy is a proven goal scorer. Goal scorer for Uruguay, goal scorer for Napoli, goal scorer for PSG. He knows how to score goals. And that is always a very important asset to have, which is a guy who breathes G's. He breathes, he sniffs, and he lives G's. That is always a very important thing to have. So, and look, my thing is, it takes time. Very few players come in and make an impact and start scoring. It takes time. So this, I don't think is going to be an anomaly of him not scoring goals, but scoring winning goals, a winning goal. And I think that for United, once Cavani truly fits in and he now understands how the team plays, understands how the Premier League works, understands the cohesion with the team, and they now understand Cavani as well, I think this could be a very interesting signing for Manchester United. But I need my apology because people told me that HH, screw you and your brick analysis. Screw you and your useless brick analysis. This guy is trash. He's useless, blah, 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 blah. That's all what I got told. That's what I got told. But shout out to my guy, Igalo, shout out to my Nigerian guy. He no elite striker. And Igalo ain't winning you nothing in this life. It's not happening. But for a Cavani, this is a guy that can do something for you. And this is a guy that can actually prove to be very valuable. So I want to come first to lead level Ludi with this.
Sorry, HH, give me 5 minutes. I'm just getting some food, so just come back to me. That's okay.
Cool. So I'll come first to Footy Wizard with this, man. So Footy Wizard, do you feel and do you believe that Edinson Cavani can lead Man United back to glory and perhaps the Premier League title? Do you think he is a savior that United have been waiting for?
No, definitely not. Do you know what? I think he's a useful striker, but he's not going to get them 15 plus goals this season. 10 max. That's it.
So why do you feel that he will get 10 max when you know of his goal scoring record and his goal scoring acumen? Why don't you think that he'll get into the higher echelon of double figures when you know what this guy can do, goal scoring wise?
I never rated him like that, to be honest. I don't think. I just don't think he's going to get 15 plus goals.
Have you seen his numbers for PSG?
That's in the French league, though.
You've seen his numbers for Napoli in the Serie A, which is always a tough league to
How many years was that, though? That was ages ago.
But Serie A goals, PSG fine, French league goals, Uruguay goals. I mean, my gosh, man, he's the reason why Cristiano didn't win that 2018 World Cup, scoring 2 Gs. So
he can score goals, but I just don't think he's going to get 15 plus goals this season.
Okay. Nafeth, what about you? Your assessment on Cavani. What do you think Cavani can do for Man United?
I think Cavani can. I think it'd be like what you said. He'll win some games. He won't be that consistent goal scorer, not anymore. But it's funny because I look at him the same way I look at Mendy for Chelsea. I don't think that's the fact that he's like a very, very, very good striker still. I think it's just the fact that he's a proper striker, like compared to like a Martial or a Rashford or a Greenwood that's been put in that position. He's just a proper number 9 that he attacks the ball, he goes for the crosses and does it like Mendy. Mendy's a proper keeper. He's not an Alisson or a Courtois, but he's a solid player. So I think that's what his role will be, just coming off the bench or doing what he did today.
So before I come to the next one, I think I'm just missing the super chat. So from Sean Walsh says that Cassius, Grease's daughter asked for that celebration. Is that true?
Yeah. He said he ate
true.
breakfast with his daughter in the morning, and she said that she wanted that celebration. Regardless, it was still I didn't use it in a derogatory way. I was just saying like,
what was his celebration?
I don't even know. Some like kid show things.
Oh god.
It was the
So
thing
like
that Coach
Teletubbies.
was. Yes, something like that. But I didn't say it in a derogatory way. I was just saying that's normal Griezmann. And before, when he scored, he wouldn't do that type of stuff. So it wasn't in a derogatory way.
Okay. From Totally Awesome, who says, I'm donating funds for a wing for Arsenal. Jesus Christi, man. Jesus Christi.
You need a statue.
Totally Awesome,
I'll
thank
donate
you. No, absolutely. We will get into it because that is a very
You need
big
a
topic.
statue.
We will get into it. So what's it called? Ben, talk to me. Cavani, what do you think Cavani can do for Man United.
Okay. Cavani has always been quality. The only problem with him
How
is
good? Quality, but he
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
lead
quality.
PSG to but he couldn't lead PSG to a Champions League.
Cavani,
How good was he?
Cavani misses the most crucial of goals at times. He misses the goals you expect him to score.
But then you then call
And
him
it's
quality.
no. Cavani scores the goals you don't expect him to score. He scores the volleys. He scores the volleys from outside the box. Those are the kind of goals you see him score at PSG. But that guy has missed. I think he has missed more one-on-ones than any human.
Yes,
Like
he has.
yes, I think he's missed. I think he scored more awkward goals than he scored easy goals.
Yeah. He can't
So-
score a tapping, so he doesn't know how to score a tapping.
Yeah, even from Napoli, the amount of volleys this guy I was wondering like this guy could score a lot of volleys. So he scores a lot of good goals, but he misses the easy goals and sometimes the crucial easy goals. He misses them. So, but then like someone said just now, it's just a proper number 9. The only proper number 9 they have is my brother Igalo, and it's from the road, man. He's from China.
Easy. Ben, he's a fellow Nigerian. Relax. We
He's from
say that. No, Ben, we can
he's
say that
from
in
China.
private. Ben, we can say that in
He's
private.
from
We can say
China,
that in-
bro.
Ben, are you listening to me, Ben? We can say
Okay.
that in private. We can't say it in public. For
You know,
those
in
other people
Nigeria,
to
when
listen
they say a product is from China, you know what that means? Yeah, so he's from China, man.
to. Ben, relax.
It's not original. So, anyways,
God damn.
but Cavani is good. You need him when you're playing against teams that not necessarily not the teams that you have to counter against. Like you need maybe like Rashford or these guys when you have space, but you need. No, I mean you need Rashford, Martial when you're playing teams that you have to counter, you have space to run. But you need someone like Cavani when you are attacking. You need a proper striker in the middle. And if you look at the goals, how many times when last has Man U scored cross and inshallah? A long time, and he scored two headers today. So it kind of changed the way they approached that, and you need that at some point. Yeah, so that's Cavani for you. But then you don't want him to start your games. No, you don't want him to start your game. You want
Back edge changes in case you wanna.
No. We'll leave it for last to round it off.
Okay, cool.
Hassan, talk to me. Cavani.
Is my mic better now?
Yeah.
All right. Can I just say Southampton? You're complete bricks. That's what I have to say first. Southampton.
Hey, look, man, they tried. What do you expect from Southampton, man? Come on, man.
They were up 2-0. That's why I clicked on the game, man. I saw 2-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Rubbing my hands, and they scored. Oh, man. Anyway, let's get to Cavani.
Red Devil, mute your mic. Red Devil, mute your mic, man.
I mean, first of all, it was a good goal in it. His movement, I think that's his best attribute. I don't know if he's finishing it, but his movement in the box is really good. Second goal, I think second goal was lucky. I think Bruno tried shooting the guys in, but he's all right striker. He's not world class. He has great movement. He'll be a good use to United. So Gala's a break. Martial is a dribbler attempt. He's just their best finisher.
All right. What's it called? Muad. Cavani, talk to me.
Yeah, I thought he's played well today. He scored 2 great goals.
What can he do for United? Do you believe that he's a striker that can propel United?
I think he could be a great sub. I think he could be a great sub for them.
Great what? Sub.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't start.
No, right now he should. Yeah, but like when Martial comes back and he starts getting fit, I think he should start ahead of him.
Okay. Oh, so you think Martial should start ahead of Cavani?
Yeah.
Okay, but all right, okay. Because I'm just saying, like, I mean, Martial, I do respect him, but I mean, what has he even done lately that he feels like he should start? But all right. Lionel, talk to me. Cavani. Lionel. Yeah. What's this called? I am high. Talk to me. Cavani and United.
Yes. Our dear Lord of Edinson Cavani. Well, his ability is quite extraordinary, considering he has dominated the leagues of Serie A and
Oh God. Wait. Why are you talking in a horrendous, crappy, useless Class A brick English accent?
He's
That's not
hiding,
going to
bro.
stop you from people calling brick. Just talk normal, but just don't make any brick comments. Please continue. This guy's
This is how I
crazy, man.
speak, sir. My name is I am English. As I was saying, Cavani, he should not be disrespected in this league of the Premier. I think he deserves a lot of credit for coming into this Man United side under the best manager ever, Ole Gunnar, and truly showing what
What are you talking like?
He's the proper number 7 of the Manchester United club. And he comes from a line of great number 7s such as Valencia and Michael Owen.
Classic.
Didn't you guys lose
Oh,
midweek, man? Just put out there.
What is it?
Didn't these guys lose to Atalanta midweek? I don't understand.
Look, Red Devil, mute your mic. I'm high. Can you keep going?
Of course, sir. Of course, sir. I thought you were done with me. Yes, I think Edison Cavani will likely.
There we go, man.
Build this man a wing.
I had to do it when he was still talking.
How do you work when he's sober? Then he's high.
It works better. So I think, yeah. I mean, I'm a high. We thank you and everything, but I think your brickness has been going for too long. So yeah, I think we need to just induct you just for at least a week, just for you to rethink about yourself. So where are we at? Cassius, talk to me. Cavani. Cassius.
Yeah, sorry. What was the question?
Cavani. So what do you think Cavani can do for
Yeah.
United?
So I think he could be useful. I kind of see it as a bit of an indictment on Greenwood, to be honest, that, Cavani comes straight off the bench and he completely changes the game. Well, he started and he didn't really do that much. But yeah, I don't think he'll be a starter. I think I said that when he joined, that I don't think Solskjaer would start him from the beginning of every single game. But I think I said that he would be useful in these type of games where, you have to score a goal and, he has the experience. So, yeah, like I said, I don't think he'll be a starter every single game. I think it actually suits him being in this type of role where he comes off the bench. But yeah, he's definitely a good signing, and it'll definitely be important and useful for Man United. But like I said, I think it's just a bit of an indictment on Greenwood that the guy that comes straight off the bench completely changes the game. Well, you were on the pitch the same amount of time, and you didn't really do that much.
So if you are you, do you start Martial or do you start Cavani?
I think, I don't know. I think it would probably, just think about it. I think Cavani would do better coming off the bench than Martial. I don't think Martial coming off the bench would be like a difference maker like Cavani is, but so I think Solskjaer would definitely start Martial, but you could definitely have a debate which one would be more useful. But I think Cavani, I know for a fact that Cavani off the bench is better than Martial off the bench. So weighing because Cavani, you have to remember that you're gonna have to sub off Cavani every single game because after he's not at his full fitness. So I think Solskjaer would definitely start Martial.
All right. So 40 Wizard, have I come to you on Cavani? All right. Okay, Red Devil, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Yo. Okay, yeah. HH, I would apologize because I was one of the people that did say
Thank you.
injury prone. I will take the L on Edinson Cavani. I will take the L because I said that it was because the fact of the matter is the way Manchester United bought Cavani stank of last minute desperation signing. We signed him on deadline day and he had to quarantine for 2 weeks. So it was clear that Cavani was not first choice. But fair play to Cavani. Obviously, took his time getting in because he started 2 weeks ahead of the game. he was on international duty of Uruguay as well. I think he got sent off or something. He's kept his fitness up, and we're seeing the results from that. So I think it's a fair play to Cavani. I've said multiple times that Manchester United need an actual proper number 9 to deal with some of these teams like the Southamptons, the West Hams. Lukaku was kind of like that. He got sold. Rashford isn't that.
Okay, so your issue wasn't Cavani, but your issue was how Cavani was bought.
Yeah. My issue was how, because from the way I saw it was that if we'd agreed with Cavani earlier on, he would have been integrated to the team. He could have started the season. You're buying a guy who basically hasn't played professional football for quite some time, so you'd have to wait for his fitness to come back up, and then he had to quarantine. So I was frustrated more so because it was like, we're not going to get the best out of him for quite some time after he's arrived, because we've left it so late to actually sign him, because he has to build up his fitness and become integrated into the team. So that was my major frustration. Red Devil shit when Cavani flops versus PSG. I'm still waiting on that hat trick by Mbappe, by the way, and Neymar. I'm still waiting on those. Please,
Red Devil, don't take
bricks.
debates.
send the
Don't
way.
take
Send the way.
Don't
Send
take
my
debates.
way.
Focus on Cavani. Focus on
Keep-
Cavani.
Keep jinxing it and he'll score it against you.
Well, let's be real. Like, has he scored any goals in the 4 UCL games so far? Any of them?
Don't worry about Mbappe.
Oh well.
Just talk to me.
I think he scored one on FIFA.
From a Cavani? What do you expect from a Cavani?
What do I expect from Cavani? Okay, well, I think the first thing is that, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't expect Martial, Green, and Rashford to be in. Like, you saw Martial out with, I think it was ill or something like that, so I expect to be back. And Green seems to have his issues. So Solskjaer, and he even said in the post-match press conference that Cavani is making it difficult for him to leave him out of the squad. The issue, obviously, with Cavani is he's 33 and he has had a history of injuries. You can't just throw him in every single game and play 90 minutes. That's not going to happen. So I suspect, at least for the next few games, he's probably going to be an impact substitute from the bench. What I would say, though, and especially when we preview the PSG game, is that I think that in my opinion, I think he should start and then come off after 50 or 60 minutes, as opposed to be an impact from the bench. I think Rashford is semi-okay as an impact substitution from the bench, as he showed against Leipzig, and Greenwood needs to just resolve his ongoing issues. So, yeah.
So, but what do you expect from Cavani? What would you want from a Cavani? Do you want him to put up first choice striker numbers, or just, give me an 11-12 and then we can share it all around with thing? Or do you want to demand him to almost replicate his PSG numbers, or you don't expect that from him?
I think if he gets anywhere between 15 to 20 goals a season, that'd be good. I mean, we're getting tons of goals from Bruno Fernandes anyway, who is arguably the best midfielder in the league right now. Fernandes, I think he scored a penalty today of some sort. So it's these weird, strange penalties Bruno Fernandes scores. Yeah, for me, like, if he gets in with 15, 20 goals at his age, and the fact that he was free, because it was a free transfer, I think that's a good signing. And if he makes key goals, then all the more power to him.
All right. So Gatlock, talk to me about Cavani to United, and also Gatlock, be warned. You take 3,000 years to answer a question. So if I have to cut you off, I'm going to cut your ass off, man. So it is what it is, man. So make your points concise and make it snappy. Cavani, United, what do you think Cavani can do for United?
The only reason why I take too long is because you come to me last.
You're not well. Marvelous is coming after you, so you're not last. So make your points concise, my friend. Go for it.
Concise. Okay. Cavani is great.
Okay.
Okay, chill, relax. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, I was about to move on, but continue.
Look, for Cavani, I think United are a very weird club because they buy the right players at the wrong time. The person that could have utilized Cavani most is actually Mourinho when he was there. Because imagine a front two of Lukaku and Cavani when Mourinho was there. That would have been great. With Fernandes behind them. I mean, the players Solskjaer actually has would have worked very well for Mourinho. With Fred working hard at the back, which was actually a Mourinho signing. And if you had sensible defenders, United could have done something under Mourinho. The situation is that with Mourinho, except for Lukaku, which was not always on it. You're not going to, because you see the 2 goals Cavani scored today. Martial and Rashford ain't going to score that. They ain't going to score that. Okay, you need a predator to play those kind of games, and that's what United was struggling.
But
they did it too late.
What do you think, or what do you expect Cavani to do for United? What do you think he can provide for
United?
United? Are you saying that's high numbers, medium numbers? Like, how much of a striker, how good of a striker do you think he could be for United? Because I said that it was a good signing, man.
Yeah, no. Good. Dude is 33, if I'm not mistaken. So is it 33 or 32, whichever one? So he's not going to have that much in his locker. And look, the Premier League is a really high-paced team, although Vardy is doing well. So I think he can get Vardy amount of goals, or no, just a little bit below Vardy amount of goals. But that's what I'm expecting, medium. I don't really expect him to be hitting.
Vardy? No.
He'll get more goals than Aubameyang. At least I know that for sure. We'll come to that.
So he won't get more than Vardy.
That's why I say just below Vardy.
Okay.
But around that level.
Okay. Marvelous. Talk to me. Cavani and United, man.
I agree with everything that Red Devil and Gatlock have said so far, but I disagree in regards to the numbers. I think Cavani will get anywhere between 12 to 15 goals, and the reason I say that is because of the pace of the Premier League as compared to the French League and the Italian League, and just Cavani's age and the whole system that Solskjaer plays in. I think the good thing, though, is that he will score goals that are important and pivotal to their season, as shown today. And I think as a leader, he would bring the much-needed experience, especially for strikers like Martial and Rashford. And more importantly, moving forward, he will help them in terms of their technique, their positioning, and things of that nature. I kind of place his transfer the same way. If you recall the season Mourinho won the league with Chelsea when he signed Drogba, as not for the goals, but more so for the experience. I kind of look at his signing the same way. I think he will score goals that are important, but he won't be a world beater or anything like that. The more important thing is the experience that he will bring to the front line. That's it.
What's it called? AR, talk to me. Cavani to Man United. He's scoring the 2 goals. He scored the winning goal. What impact do you think Cavani will have for Man United?
Personally, I think it's the best decision they made. I know at the start of the season, a couple of United fans were kind of looking at Ed Woodward, saying, "What is this guy doing?" But he's kind of the striker he's needed, especially after replacing Lukaku. I mean, he offers something different in terms of Greenwood is still a bit young. Martial is good, but El Matador, he does offer something different. He is behind only Messi and Ronaldo in terms of goal. He's proven it at all stages. I think he is what they need. I do agree with is it Marvelous that said 10 to 15 goals a season. He might even get 19 to 20, including like Champions League and other leagues. But it comes down to coaching and Solskjaer. But he's definitely something that they need. I think United, if they play him with Van de Beek and Bruno all season, they might get something. But he's been a great addition.
But how well do you think Solskjaer will use him? Do you think Solskjaer will get the best out of it?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell with Solskjaer. So sometimes it looks like he just tells the guys go out there and play. Sometimes he makes the substitutes a bit late. It's hard to tell with Solskjaer. I can't put my finger on him. But Cavani, he's definitely showed something that I have not seen from like a Man United striker in a long time. That kind of desire, hunger, and ambition. On the game like where for tonight where Rashford was flat, although he did create the assist, you needed that experience there where he just threw himself at it. So
Gallo has the hunger though.
Pardon?
Ben, no. Ignore what he said. Moving on. So, guys, oh boy, Arsenal.
Oh God.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's just us, not Arsenal. Just us.
I've been trying to
Aubameyang, man.
avoid this topic for a while because people keep saying, "When are you going to talk about Arsenal? When are you going to talk about Arsenal?" And I'm like, you know what? Let's just put this aside. But I said,
There's no need.
this is the right time for me to talk about it because I think
Because you finally seen your powers, Double H. You did it. You did it. You did it to another nigga. Why do you have to do it to another nigga?
Gatlock,
Like, why do you have to do?
Thank you. So
Why do you have to do this to Aubameyang? It's not cool.
So, Arsenal. If I was rudely interrupted there. So look, my thing here is this because the reason why I want to talk about it is because I want us to do a deep dive. This is a deep dive into Arsenal. I want us to talk about Wenger. I want us to talk about Ozil. I want us to talk about Wenger again. Maybe even Emery. And of course, we've got to talk about Aubameyang. Things aren't looking great for Arsenal right now. And let me just give you a timeline. When Aubameyang was hired, I was like, this is stupid. Why are you getting... Arsenal are in so much trouble. There is so much that needs to be done in terms of renovation. You need an experienced hand to come in and try to sort of renovate it. Key thing, experience. So when they brought in Arteta, I was like, no, this is bad. He won an FA Cup, won a Community Shield. I was like, oh, damn. And was getting goals for Aubameyang. Okay, this looks pretty good. But almost similar to what happened to Solskjaer, it's like the honeymoon period is over. The first season in Greece is over. Now it's not time to the nitty-gritty. And I think what you're seeing now is Arteta. This is now the ugly side of management. This is now the side where you now need to get your hands dirty. When things aren't going well, you don't know who to look to. You've got to make it work. You've got to just extract your goal from somewhere. Your philosophy or whatever is not working. You've got to just be crafty enough to get points from somewhere. But it's not been pretty because I want you guys just to see. I know it's early. I know it's early, but I just need you guys just to see this right here now. I just need you guys just to sort of. It's only 10 games.
Where's Manchester City, by the way?
No, Man City are 10th.
Oh, 10th. Okay.
Newcastle had an Arsenal.
So
Only one more goal than Fulham.
3 home defeats in a row.
Jesus.
So look, my thing here is that look, it's still very early on in the season, but so that's 4 wins, 1 draw, 5 L's. In their last 5 games, they've lost 3, won 1, drawn 1. So they've only won once in the last 5 games. Yep. So so things are not going well for Arsenal right now. And the question I need to ask you guys, and I think this is what we need to do, is have we reached a stage where the badge needs to be inducted? And it's almost a case of like, what is the root cause? Is Arteta the root cause? Is Kroenke the root cause?
Free Ozil.
Is Ozil. Not getting Ozil the root cause. Because I want to talk about Aubameyang separately, but I want us to focus first on Arsenal. So I want to come first to AR on this one. So AR, as you call yourself the realistic Arsenal fan, what the hell is going wrong, man? Who do you put the blame at with what is happening?
Man, this is a 15-year conundrum. This is a 15-year question, to be fair. There's different levels to it. You could say Wenger started it, but if we're gonna look at like where we are today, I will blame some of this on Arteta and some of this on the management, and some of this on the club, like the owners. I think they went with the cheaper option. I think as he was about £6 or £7 million signing Arteta. Second, I'll blame his choices of players. He has his picks. He has his favorites. And second, another thing that's outlooked, I'll also blame like the recruitment. Like, what are we? Have we become Chelsea's retirement home? Have we become like, what's the story with these agents signing all these guys? All this like a Brazilian mafia thing that's going on that nobody talks about. That agent who's Willian's agent. Why is he playing? We've signed him like for 2 years until he's 35. What use is that? Um, man, it's you know what? Let me come back in a few minutes because just talking about this like it's emotional. I've seen us go from Champions League final to where we are today, and it's difficult because a lot of our fans. It sorry, we'll start again. So the problem starts with the board. The
Mm.
problem starts with the management where we are now, and also I think our fans are a bit of the problem because it creates a bit of a toxic atmosphere because we've got like a lot of us are delusional. We're no longer a top six club. I think we're mid, just below mid table. To be honest, we haven't put in the results. Like, it's terrible. You know, some players are not good enough. Like why is Bellerin starting? Some players are playing out of position. Aubameyang signed the deal and he's just become a brick.
Mm.
No disrespect. So you could say Ozil is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, Ozil is one of my favorite players, but in the system, in the format, does the pace of the Premier League still suit him? Because under Unai, he wasn't getting the games either, you know? There's a lot to ask. So I could say hiring Arteta was one, the management, it's like second, the board, and two, you could say the owners. But an argument I've been making recently is that the owners have given money. We spent 70 million on Pepe. He's given money for the likes of Socrates. The
Partey.
stuff, yeah, yeah, you could say that as well. But you know, but the money has been given. It just hasn't been spent wisely. We've a couple of players have come in on the free, but yeah, I'll leave it for there for now because there's a lot, man. There's a lot. We
Okay.
need surgery, but I agree. I'm probably one of the few Arsenal fans that we're no longer a top 10, top 5, top 6 club. Tottenham
Yeah.
have surpassed us. Um, we joke about Man U, but you know Man U are always like a signing away from going back up. But
Mm-hmm.
us, we're trying to penny pinch. The moment
Okay,
we
okay,
tried to put one extra pound to sign Luis Suarez is when I said, my
okay,
God, the man.
but let me ask you this then. Before I go to someone else, do you think that okay? What stems the tide? What do you think can stop this decline from Aston? Do you think you? So what do you do? Do you sack Arteta, bring in a more experienced manager? Are there specific signings that need to be had? What is the one thing that you needs to be done? The executive decision that needs to be done to sort of upstart and just put a jolt into Arsenal.
Ideally, the realistic thing we need to do, it's impossible. We need to bring back the legend who designed the Premier League, David Dean. He would sort this out. And number two, we need a new manager. But at the problem we have now is that a new manager would not change anything. We'll just go another season where the players are reinvigorated, and then the same shit happens again. Excuse my
Mm-hmm.
French. So a overhaul needs to happen and a serious backing where we believe in a manager. But Arteta is not the problem, and I think we need to move away from this Arsenal way because the Arsenal way has not worked for let's just say 10 years. So this Arsenal way, this fascination, we need. I was screaming for Mourinho, someone who's gonna come in and say, "Yo, Bellerin bench, Luis bench, Leno bench." So there's a lot of questionable things that have happened. You know, we've brought in some good players. For example, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Start with
All
the
right.
top.
So let me. So from yesterday, thanks for the dub. Thanks for the dub, bro. It says Arsenal let go of the one thing that's kept them relevant, and that is one Sir Arsene Wenger. He was Arsenal. It's that simple. There for us to see. We'll get to Wenger. But in response to that, man, how bad was Wenger really? Yes, he was there for so long and everything, but Wenger, even in his last season, still did better with Arsenal than Emery did, and what Arteta is doing right now. I just think the thing with Wenger was he maybe had too much power. He just needed to be advised that Wenger just spend some money on this big time player and keep because all Wenger did was 1, 2, 3 big time marquee signings, then Arsenal would be on the right track. But he was just literally trying to get blood from stone from players who just couldn't compete with other clubs in the Premier League who were getting all of these marquee top players. Because as good as a great as a manager you may be, having those 2, 3, 4, 5 game changers or that amazing defender greatly changes the course for your team. But how about it was Wenger really? Cassius, talk to me, Arsenal man. What go on?
Arsenal. Um, I think this season especially, I think you have to say that last season that they were doing well at the end of last season. I mean, they won the FA Cup. Things were looking up. They were on the right track, but the person that was really leading them on that track was Aubameyang. and now Aubameyang has been MIA for the most part of the season, and Arteta as well. I think those are the two culprits of this poor start of the season. Arteta for his blind insistence on this team. I mean, it's really very predictable what Arsenal do. I wasn't able to watch this match, but I've seen some of their Europa League matches and some of their past matches in the Premier League, and it's, if you go against a team that is that's going to attack them, that favors them. Whenever they play against a team that's going to sit back, that's where they struggle. And even the thing that they had before was some sort of defensive solidity, but you saw when they lost 3-0 at home to Aston Villa, that solidity was nowhere to be found. So I think the root cause is Arteta, especially this season. Especially in the last couple of weeks, I mean, because of his insistence on the system that hasn't been working. But also, I think you have to put some blame on Aubameyang, who's been MIA at the start of the season.
Dang. What's it called? Nafith, talk to me.
Well, before I start talking about Arsenal, I just want to talk about a rumor that I heard about last season, that the reason that Levy fired Poch when he did was because he heard that Mourinho could have potentially gone to Arsenal, and he wanted to kind of nip that in the bud really quickly, which is why it was so sudden. I think that Arsenal it's kind of like a Barcelona Messi situation, where Barcelona kind of had bums on the field, but Messi was kind of there to bail him out, and that's what Arsenal did with Wenger. Because if you look at it now, he was actually churning out results with a team that wasn't much different than what Emery and Arteta have had to deal with. And that also goes to over-reliance on Aubameyang as well. Like, how do you have one guy scoring goals, and then you don't have anyone else doing anything? You have one that's a specialist goal scorer. You don't have a specialist creator. You have one, but you're not playing him. You don't have a midfield destroyer. Well, now you have one, but he's not playing. You're buying these free agents, these old guys. You're buying David Luiz and Willian off of Chelsea. And if a rival is happy to release someone for free and let you take them, that should be a little warning point. Like, that should be a symbol. And it's just been a cycle of poor investment. Their scouting's been very bad. They've gone for the wrong type of player. It's basically like they need a midfielder. All right, let's just find a midfielder and stick him in there. Like, it's not, all right, we need this kind of midfielder that works with this type of player. Like the game today, they had a pivot of Xhaka, Ceballos, and then Willock in front of them. I don't think any of you can tell me what any of their roles are in that midfield at all. What are they there to actually do? Right? And then you have
sideways.
Pass side. I mean, that's all they can do. Because, like, who are they playing the ball to? They have Saka on one side, they have Willian on the other, then they have Tierney and Bellerin that are just putting in halls of shame every game. And it's like, I think it's a lack of direction. I feel like they haven't decided, okay, are we happy being a mid-table club right now, or do we have to push for something? So I think once they get in, at this point, they need a manager. Once they get in a manager that says, okay, you need to tell me exactly what the deal is so I can move accordingly and not just, all right, here, have fun. I feel like they keep hiring babysitters and not actual tutors.
Okay. Gatlock, talk to me.
Arsenal. Where do I start with these guys? I'm in Double H. I'm going to use you for this.
The heck?
Disgraceful. Terrible. Disgusting. Filthy.
Where is this from?
Arsenal should use the forfeit option.
I
don't want to see the second leg of this game. There is no point. The people saying Bayern Munich have been
Yeah. When was this done again? 2017. After yet another 5-1 from Bayern Munich to Arsenal. These guys are Arsenal. These guys are Bayern Munich bitches, man. Like, let's be honest. 5-1, 5-1, 5-1 in a row. I mean, you didn't even try. Arsenal have been shit for years. And a lot of people saying Wenger. Bro, those 5-1s happened under Wenger, bro. It's like, yes, they're shit now.
But was Wenger ever in this situation at this point in
Double
the
H.
season? 10 games gone,
Double H.
14th, where you don't know where a win is going to come from.
Okay, HH, let me ask you a question. Let's say I have a plot of land. I plant a seed in that plot of land, right? But then I leave the plot of land. Somebody comes in there, but that seed, a tree grew from that seed. Whose tree is it?
It's your tree.
No. It depends because it's like, okay, you could argue that because it's my plot of land, it's my seed, but I planted that seed there. So
exactly.
If I own that seed, I know it's your plot of land, but you didn't plant that seed. So it depends where you want. It depends how you feel. But if I was to say, I like no, whoever planted the seed, it's theirs. Even if it's your plot of land, who cares? I planted the seed there.
Exactly. Wenger and Kroenke, those guys, they planted the seed, bro. Okay, this has been festering for years. I believe this guy Wenger probably had like better players. You had Ozil straight from Madrid. You had Giroud, who was supposed to be good at that point. You had Arteta, who was decent. You had Santi Cazorla, a creator. You had players, bro. Even in that last season, you had Aubameyang. You had Lacazette, who was actually decent at that point. You had, well, I don't want to say Mkhitaryan, but let's say Ozil was also
Dude is
decent
playing
as
well
well.
now, though. He's playing well now in Serie A, so
you see, they had a team, okay, and basically spending a lot of cash for what Wenger did. He was happy with top 4, but Arsenal could have done better. Now, many of these players have this whole Wenger mentality, basically, and this whole sport has been planted by Kroenke and Wenger, and now Arteta and Unai Emery were suffering for it because this team is rotting from the core.
Okay. So are you saying that Wenger should have left a lot earlier, or when he left, he should have created a better scenario for things to look over? Because look at this, Ferguson. Look at how long Fergie was there for. Many people say that Fergie, because remember, Fergie chose and he cherry-picked David Moyes. And people say that, man, that pick of David Moyes, who I still say should have had it somewhere, that thing of David Moyes already set in motion a trajectory which has just been very hard to sort of divert for so many years, was by going from Fergie to David Moyes. So do you think that it's a case of where Wenger should have left early, or he should have created a far better scenario for whoever was there to take over, like an Emery? Because Wenger didn't want to leave, he was forced out.
Yeah, you see, look, Double H, Moyes was a different situation, okay? That guy was a different, he's a special case.
His name is Moyes, that's his name, Moyes, so.
Moyes sounds better. Look, the thing is, I think Wenger should have left earlier, 1. 2, they should have gotten a manager who did not lose 6-1 to replace Wenger. That's 2. Because the thing about Wenger is, on his last season, at home, they were amazing. Away from home, they were bullshit. If I'm not mistaken, I think the guy only had 1 Premier League win in the entire 2018 or half of 2018. That's embarrassing. That's relegation level away record, man. So it's like the better of 2 evils. Wenger was shit. Arteta, the thing is, I don't know how to judge Arteta, because what has he been given? Let's be honest. I mean, yes, he won the FA Cup and the competition, but people need to understand those are cup competitions. Okay? These are cup competitions. He did well winning it, but those are cup competitions. And the thing about Arteta is I don't really know how good he is yet. We don't really know how good he is. But one thing I know is you are going to need far more than either a rookie manager or a manager that lost 6-1 to actually build Arsenal. Because to be fair, I don't even know how you build that.
So if you just to, before I go to someone else, what should be the solution? If you say, okay, what should be the one thing that you would do to put Arsenal in the right direction?
HH, I'm not even joking right now. Change your name. Change the whole club. Like, get like this. HH, this thing has been. They've been. We can go through every year in the last decade and tell you how much Arsenal been embarrassed.
So basically, you're saying they're basically finished.
8-2, 6-3. You guys are wicked. A defensive manager gave you 6-0. Mourinho. 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. 5-1 by Liverpool as well. Do you understand how many times you guys have been slapped up? They've been ripped in the ass. Like, I'm sorry, but they need to. I don't know what for us now. They need to destroy the club and rebuild it because this team is rotten to the core, man.
Okay. So from Adaj 3, man, thank you for the dog, man. Says most of the high-profile Premier League matches have failed to live up to the hype this season for some reason. Chelsea's response was another snooze fest. You would say that people would argue that's COVID. That due to COVID, it's been quite hard to, because again, it's not to have an amazing game. It's not about just having good players there. They have to be fit and play at a very high level physically. And as Klopp was saying in his rant, it's going to be very difficult to do that if you only have 3 subs, not 5 subs, and the crazy fixture congestion. And also we're going into winter as well. Oh, and also we also have the freaking bum-ass Papa John's Cup that guys have to play it as well. But it is true, because I was hands for the Chelsea Spurs game and it was trash. Chelsea United was trash. A lot of these games was trash. I think probably the only high-profile game that was actually because Liverpool Man City wasn't that great, but the only high-profile game that was good was Tottenham against Man City. That was a good game. But yeah, all the other one, it's a combination of COVID and also how good is the Premier League really in terms of quality of football?
I mean, Barca versus Atletico wasn't great either, so it's not just the Premier League.
Yeah, so I think it could just be this whole COVID thing that guys are just tired. Hence why when we now come to the Euros, are we actually going to have a quality Euros if guys are getting injured and they all have these muscle injuries? From Andrew Laurie, who says, how have United got so many points? Matt's overrated. Andrew, they cheat. They cheat with VAR and they cheat with the
this sound from the guy that does juju.
United should be in the relegation zone.
Boy,
So yes,
Chester
Andrew,
United.
they're a bunch of cheats. They're a bunch of cheats. What's it called? I want to come to Footy Wizard, man. Arsenal, man. Talk to me.
One very useless club.
Hey.
I think that Europa League loss, that's where everything. That Europa League loss, the end of Emery's first season, the Europa League loss, recruitment, and then Aubameyang not playing well, and Arteta. Like, if you think about it, Arsenal signed Cedric Suarez, unknown. He was injured. He only played 3 games, and they signed him permanently. Does that make any sense? And then they got, what's his name? Mari from South America. That has not proved himself at all. I think the recruitment is very poor. Arteta, I don't think he has favorites. Like, if you think about it, Arsenal fans think that a player like Rob Holding, Xhaka, Willian, Bellerin, Willock can get them into top 4. I think some of the players there very poor. They should have sacked Emery after the Europa League game and then looked for a better a well-known manager after that game, because Chelsea already had Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal needed it, and that performance was terrible. So after that game, they should have sacked him
basically
instead of
saying
going into.
a better manager would handle this situation better, or nothing can save the decline of Arsenal.
Mourinho should have been gotten instead of Arteta.
We're too
Instead of
cheap.
letting
There's no chance
Spurs
we get Mourinho.
get him.
We're too cheap. Sorry. We're too cheap.
and also my thing is that, do you think Arsenal fans would accept Mourinho though, based on how
I
much
would.
they've said of him?
I would.
I mean, would they
Imagine
rather
Kai
be
after the
first right now or 14th? I mean,
Exactly.
except they're not. They're still parking the bus. Listen, Arsenal are parking the bus against Aston Villa and against Wolves and against Leicester. And when they've parked the bus, they've conceded 6 goals at home. Parking the bus.
Crystal Palace have
God
more
forbid
goals
they
than
try to
us.
attack. God forbid they try to play.
How do you
open
play
up
9
for
at the back? That don't make sense to me. 9 at the back.
and concede 3 goals in one game to Ollie Watkins from Brentford. Like, listen, Mourinho does it and he gets points. He wins. Arteta does it and he gets baptized. Like, it's a
And Ozil not playing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
HH, did you ever think that Ozil was one of the best players in the world?
He was
prime?
He was the best player in his position at the time. Yes, in his position, he was the best. He was the best number 10 in the world at the time, which was 2012 for Real Madrid. Yeah.
Huh? No wonder he declined, man. You jinxed him. Okay, thank you.
Nah, but look, honestly, this
think
whole thing
he
with
can still do a
Ozil,
job.
People complain about his work rate, this, and that. You are better off putting Ozil in the number 10 position and just having 2 runners behind him than having.
Look at Hammers.
Might as well just have him in the squad.
No. We'll get there. I was just a round of Arsenal, and I will get to the whole Ozil thing. So Ben, talk to me, Arsenal.
Well, I think we underestimate how far they actually fell. Like if I want to be objective and look at it very well, I think I was watching Thierry Henry an interview long ago. I think he just finished from Barcelona at the time, and they were asking him like how the team got dismantled and something. And he said something about how Arsene Wenger didn't replace Vieira, and that was really bad for him, and how he kept on bringing flair players rather than players of steel to replace such a person. He mentioned Fabregas. He said a lot of things in that interview. If you look at us now in 2014, 2015, 2016, they still had a very good team. I remember when Sanchez was there and Ozil at in his prime. These guys were banging goals, but they couldn't keep goals from coming in. So, like, Wenger just didn't want to, or I don't know what was his issue with trying to solidify, at least making the team at least defensive enough, because at least the year that Leicester won, like now it's way more difficult to win the league. They allowed people to just be winning and winning and winning when they could have won. You were enjoying top 4. So now coming today and now saying, oh, Wenger, no, Wenger put them in this mess. You can't come back and now say we must always think how we felt then.
How did Wenger put Arsenal in this mess? How was Wenger?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Now, the players they had going forward who were banging those goals at the time, they're not there anymore like that. I think when Cazorla was there, they were good. I remember when they beat City, like they outclassed City. So they were doing very well, at least going forward. So, but then as time goes, the players will grow older, some will leave, different things happen. And now it's not just it's always been a defense, but now it's not just a defense, even going forward. It was also a problem, at least from Wenger's last season, it had become just Aubameyang, just feed him. Then Emery, just feed Aubameyang, he'll do something for you. So you had gotten into that situation where it wasn't all with the way they were banging goals in Sanchez days when they were scoring a lot of goals. It wasn't that anymore. It was now one man. So when you get to that position, you're very, and your defense wasn't good in the first place. I think picking out that Arteta I don't think is, one thing about us, we like to we'll bring in somebody now and want to know if he's the GOAT. No, but I don't think the guy I don't think he's bad. That's really, we're very reactionary to say this guy is bad. I think he's better than Lampard. I think so. He doesn't have the resources that someone like Lampard has, and he has done at least if you want to talk about in terms of the months he has coached for just 6 months. If you remove the COVID, count the months he has coached, just 6 months. If you're in a rebuild, you're in a rebuild. You don't start rebuilding, then you stop and say, let's get another manager. Then you're not serious. You're not serious. And that's what I think. Like, as neutrals, I have to look at Arsenal and say, man, they're in a rebuild. They are in the mud. They've never been. Why do I think this guy came into the stuff and saw that, you know what, defense has always been the issue. And that's why he started to defend. He started to try to fix that. And somebody's saying, oh, Arteta defended and get baptized. Come on. Up until that game where he got 3-0, has he not been beating all the... He's beat Man U, Liverpool, City, Chelsea. Come on. So if we'll be frank, he's done well in terms of that has helped.
But
So you don't put any blame
the
on
context of him beating those teams actually.
Ben, you're not putting any blame on Arteta. So you're not
No, I'm not saying. No.
Arteta's
I'm not even coming to his issues yet. He has issues. Like that's what I'm saying. He has his issues, but like I said, is he the GOAT? We just bring in somebody we're comparing him with good standards. This is a guy who for 3 years was coaching under somebody. So it's not like he's not going to have his bad this thing, but somebody's having a rebuild. Arsenal are so down right now. They're so down. And we're talking like, well, Liverpool had 30 years. Do you understand? And now these guys are on their 14th or 15th year. So they're down. And the only way right now,
16.
They have to think is up. That's what I'm saying. So the only way, and when we were saying 13th or 14th, these guys have been top 4 for so long. That should tell you how the service that Wenger did to them. It's just like me as a Barcelona fan, I will now say Valverde. I have to think about how I felt at the time when Valverde was there. I know, yes, his time was better, but you can't say you want to go back. You have to think about how you felt. What did he do that has brought this? And that's how I see Arsenal. Right now, they don't have they've lost their the attacking power that they had during Wenger, and they lost it as well as not having defense. So the guy, I think, well, this is just 6 months into your rebuild, 7 months of coaching. Allow the guy to rebuild. I think he's trying to build from the back. He brought in. This is the first time they brought in a player of steel in terms of party. Wenger could have done that for how many years? Just replace this. You know the team that got into the Champions League finals. What was so difficult? And Henry complained about that. It's simple. There's some things you just do. So if he's, I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's clueless. Yes, he has made some bad...
Okay, but looking forward now, how do you help Arsenal from where they are right now? So what does this team need to actually start to compete? Because it doesn't look like if they're heading in the right direction right now. Is it a case of where they've just bought the wrong players and need to buy the right players? Is Arteta the right man to manage them?
I don't think, when we say right man, we're thinking, who will take them to the Champions League? And I think he himself has been stupid too. No, I'm saying something. He himself, I know, but he himself gave himself an unrealistic stuff. He said in 3 years, I don't know why he said that. He said in 3 years, he would love to win the Champions League. Arteta said so. So when you say, yeah, he said he would love to win the Champions. He said that, and you gas up the fans when you do that kind of thing. You have to be in it to win it. You have to be in it to win it. That's what I'm saying.
Wenger was there in 20 years to participate. This guy wants to win it.
So I'm just saying, he shouldn't have. There's some things you just shoot yourself in the foot. You make you make matters worse for yourself. Like, he's a decent guy. Just start the rebuild. Even if, let's see how it goes. Everybody wants to be a Pep story. That was an anomaly. It's not going to work that way. You can't win 14, and there was money. Well, anyways, for your question, I think the easy way is to throw money at it. Look at what Man City is doing. Look at what, if you want, I'm telling you, even Leicester, that was saying Leicester, do you know how rich their owner is? And if you think of when they bought Leicester, go on.
Okay, wait, let me just hit the super chat, because I want to say so from Miss B Nation, so that's HH. Can you call Zidane and ask him to step down, please? Hell no, Miss B Nation, because that is disrespectful to a horseman. Real Madrid are screwed because Zidane loves Benzema, and for some reason, Perez did not decide to buy any players in the summer. And also, Perez was also sleeping during Real Madrid's loss. Here's my thing. My thing is this. I know how big Arsenal are. Me, obviously, being Nigerian, when I go to Nigeria, my gosh, almost every other person you see in Nigeria is an Arsenal fan. They're big. If Arsenal are hovering in 13th, 14th, 15th. That harms the brand because I think of AFTV, I think of the Arsenal going to the Middle East, Asia, and all that kind of stuff. That will harm the brand because if you're a dude who lives in Iran or Taiwan or Japan or China and you've been an Arsenal fan through the Henry days, Beckham days, Van Persie days, would you still wear an Arsenal jersey or would you burn it if Arsenal are 15th, 14th, a mid-table club?
Let's be
That's
honest.
my
With that
fear.
harm AFTV,
That's my fear.
will harm
They make
AFTV. Let's
no,
be
let's
honest.
leave AFTV. Like, but let me just round up what I was saying.
Okay, round off.
basically, Yeah, so I think the easy way is just like look at Pep's time on City and look at Klopp's time on City at Liverpool. The easy way is to throw money at these things. Okay, throw money, get in the players, and get and let's see what you can do.
Okay.
And the difficult way is to build. And I'm not saying you can build to. Everybody now wants to say, like I think I heard some Man U fans say, "Oh, you trust Ozil? Look at Klopp. Look at Klopp. He built for these. Klopp is Klopp." But I would say Arteta is not Klopp. Solskjaer is not Klopp. But the thing is, you can see that actually from Solskjaer's time when he entered and now they are better, right? Because even if you stick to a stupid coach for a long time, at least you would understand what he's saying and you will get some consistency. So that's the thing. So even if the guy is dumb, even if you're saying not, at least stick. Because when you keep sacking managers, you're not Chelsea. Okay, so let's go on.
So wait, let me
Okay,
just.
no, but to be fair,
no,
Ben-
wait, because I need to just hit the super chat and I'll come to you. So, from Andrew Laurie, how have? Oh no, sorry, rank Arteta, Ole, and Lampard as managers. I think someone asked this before, but if we're looking at this right now, you might say.
I'll still go with Arteta first.
Lampard.
How guys can you go with Arteta first? Based on what?
Now I'll tell you why. If you watch Arsenal is the only team out of these three teams with Ole and Lampard. Did you say Lampard?
Yeah, no, basically like Lampard, Ole, and Arteta.
Okay. Yeah, Arsenal is the only team out of these three that you can see the impact of the coach. I mean, or let me not say the only.
Impact. He's
What?
basically.
Arsenal, please wait. Stop that. No.
He's a Spanish Tony Pulis. That's basically the impact.
No.
That's not my. That's not the man. The man hasn't managed any.
Wait. Look, in Ben's defense, see,
That's
the
a
difficulty of this is that let's keep it real. That Arsenal team is groundnut. It's Indomie.
It's beans. They're from the road.
That Arsenal team is Indomie compared to Man United and Chelsea. See,
And the man has won. The man has won 2 silverware.
Wait. Look, let me land. You see,
what? Respecting them, bro.
Hey man, let me land. The thing about this is that when you're ranking managers, you can't just look at how they've done. It is what are you doing with what you have. 100% is what are you doing with what you have. That Arsenal team right now, just based off player to player, ain't been too good. Let's keep it real. Man United do have Paul Pogba there. We all know how. Hey man, let me land. So Man
Pogba will
United,
walk into Arsenal
they
team.
have
Nobody can
Benny,
bench
let
Pogba
me
in Arsenal.
deal with this guy, please. You've got Pogba there. Rashford that people wax lyrical about. We all know how good Martial is. You've also running Cavani. We all know what Donny van de Beek was doing. You all know who Bruno Fernandes is for Portugal. And for Chelsea, I mean, do I need to talk to you about Skanse, Ziyech, and everything? See, for me, my thing is, and Chelsea fans will call me crazy for this. I don't know. I can't put Lampard ahead of either Ole or Arteta. I don't think I can do it because my thing is this: is that let's do like a swap. What would Ole do with that Arsenal team? What would Lampard do with that Arsenal team? I mean,
Benjamin said
he'll go in the pitch to shoot the ball.
But with Ole, they will get relegated.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, to be honest, if we're just talking like management and coaching, I would still put Arteta top.
And is there a way to put it all last? Is there a way you can do that? Is there a way to put all of them last? I don't know any of them.
no. Come on, let's.
But who has he improved? Who has Arteta improved? That's my question.
See, management. Okay, for example, can I answer that? Can I answer that, please?
Okay, Ben.
Saka did
Go
not.
for it.
Okay, now you get scrapped. See, there is a whole lot. There are a whole lot of things into management. Management is not just about improving individual players. At times, look at Mourinho. How many? Let's be frank. How many players can you say, oh man, they owe their careers to Mourinho? Apart from maybe Chelsea back in the day, but Mourinho, many times, look at Inter. He can have scraps. He may not improve them, but he may use them to the best of what they can do in a particular position to win. That's what he wants to do. That's him. That's Mourinho. That's managing. So you can't tell me.
Aubameyang came clutch. Simple as that. Otherwise, he would have been sacked.
You see,
what are you saying?
No. Okay, wait. Put this way. Wait. Let me land. My thing is, I would probably say, as of right now, I might say Arteta, Lampard, Ole. The reason why I put Ole last. The reason why I put Ole last is that he's a big game merchant, and I think it's mostly about wizardry. I think it's mostly wizardry that's social because I'm like something here doesn't make sense here because this is the management. This is just wizardry that you're using. For Lampard, you see, for Lampard, there are things that Lampard does that make no sense, but you're still seeing a little bit of stuff that Lampard is sort of introducing into the team.
Lampard is a Pep wannabe guy.
So my thing is that basically Lampard and Ole, it's like this. For me, Arteta, I just feel that for what he's done more with less.
Oh, come on.
Because my thing is that
that's fact.
That's a joke.
Okay, Red Devil. Would Solskjaer or Lampard do a better job than Arteta with that same Arsenal team and those players?
So we know the problems are deeper, but like I think that like the funny thing is the last two seasons, at the beginning of seasons, because I remember the beginning of the last two seasons when Arsenal made their signings, Arsenal fans, Arsenal players at the beginning of the season.
What does this mean? Lampard is still.
Oh yeah, he is.
No, but wait, are you thinking when you write this stuff?
450 million.
Look at the players he has. Do you know who Pepe is? Ceballos, Lacazette.
Yeah, but they spent. This is what I'm trying to say here. Is like guys, like last two seasons.
Okay, they spent money.
When they made those signings. Let me land. When they made those signings, okay, Arsenal fans were gassed. They were hyped. Did you see the Partey video that they released before the start of the season? It's Partey time.
That's a good song.
You guys,
that's a really good song.
It's a great song. So don't tell me, oh, this is the thing. Like, Kroenke.
So how is that an indictment on the manager? Oh, they made bad.
Kroenke, okay, because for the last how many so years, the constant complaint has always been Arsenal poorly managed. Kroenke doesn't spend money. Kroenke doesn't spend. Kroenke barely spends, even though he spent 75 mil on Pepe, and even though they got parked in the summer. Arsenal
Emery.
There've been other managers. There've been other managers in the league that've got less. You need to tell me that Ollie Watkins, who scored was it a hat trick? I think
you underrate the wealth of even an 18th place Premier League team. I think you underrate.
Okay, guys, let's Red Devil land.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, Red Devil, just quickly round your points because I want us to round off this topic before we move. Round off your point.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so my point, my second point is like it's just that like for me with Arsenal, and this is the thing with Arsenal, like for years it was always on Kroenke in the ball. I'm not saying Kroenke in the ball were perfect. But you have to accept that for the last few years, certainly last 3 seasons, Kroenke has given money. Right, certainly more so, I'd argue that Arteta and were backed more so than even Arsene Wenger was. And to be honest, the players that are actually in this Arsenal team, they've shown some light or whatever, were the players that Arsene Wenger signed because Arsene Wenger signed Aubameyang, etc. Now, to be honest, all this kind of Arteta is this, Arteta is that. Quite frank, I mean, maybe that's. From what I could see, if it was not for Aubameyang scoring goals, coming clutch, Arsenal would have been further down than 8th. They won their games because Aubameyang scored clutch goals. Simple as that.
But he was scoring those goals when they were losing and banging and allowing goals into. Come on, he scored 21 goals. He was golden boot holder, and they considered almost.
Okay. Wait, guys. Wait. No. We have to move on because we'll be here for ages. Okay. Okay, wait. I want no. Let me just hit this, and then I want to just ask one quick thing. So from Yaz's side, he says Arsene Wenger. I'll come to you, Hassan, with this. So Yaz's side says that Arsene Wenger was managing Arsenal with what the heck? Arsene Wenger at times had to make do with academy players because the club was back in for 10 plus years.
And what did Arsenal do?
No, but
Wenger had the powers in Arsenal.
Side,
Don't say the club couldn't back him.
Let's keep it real. Wenger, during that time when it was Nasri, Hleb, Van Persie, and so forth, Wenger wanted to build a certain team. He didn't want to spend. Wenger wanted to. That was just his agenda. He's had an agenda that no, I want to keep these players together. And we're not going to just spend all this crazy money. And he chastised people and other clubs who spent crazy money and put guys on crazy wages. So Wenger, that's on you.
Or was he completely wrong considering 75 million Pepe has done absolutely nothing for Arsenal this season?
Arteta. How is that an indictment on? We're talking about Arteta now. Arteta by Pepe.
So I'll come to answer with this. Aubameyang. So is this the Aubameyang thing? Do you put it to the dude is probably just declining and playing badly, or this is more due to the team, the system, and the structure? What do you do? Because look, I hold my hands up. I rated Aubameyang, and I still do, as an amazing finisher. But the guy is breaking it up right now, and I think I may have to put him on under review. That's how bad it is. From upper tier 2 to under review.
If he's under review, then Mbappe's a brick.
Footsie, can you mute your mic, please? Can you mute your mic?
I have one question. Just one question.
Footsie, let me mute this guy's mic. Let me mute this guy's mic. Thank you. Let me mute his mic. Thank you. So Hassan, talk to me. Aubameyang, do you think that the dude is just breaking it up, or you have to blame it on the team that just trash?
I mean, I've always said with Aubameyang, great World Cup finisher, useless footballer. I mean, if you're not getting chances, he's invisible in games. He can't control the ball, can't dribble. I mean, he's the literal definition of pace merchant, a good finisher. I know it's not a nice thing, but, he's not getting the chances, to be fair, as well.
So you're saying that he is fully reliant on the team functioning well to provide for him?
I hate it. If he's not in front of goal getting chances, he's invisible man. Basically, he's not a great footballer. He's a terrible footballer. I mean, like Lewandowski. I rate Lewandowski. Huh?
That's true.
Other top striker like Lewandowski. Yeah, he's a great striker, but he's a damn good footballer. Not Dortmund, he's an amazing footballer. So him, Aubameyang, just Arteta's not helping either way. I can't lie, he's not helping him. He's keep playing 9 at the back, and he's just up there by himself. He's playing with a brick called Lacazette.
Gabonese Vardy, that is very rude. Please don't call him Gabonese Vardy.
Why is that rude? Vardy's better than Aubameyang. Vardy's actually better than Aubameyang.
Okay, wait, sorry. Hassan, round off your points. On
the right wing, they got the Black Zidane, he's headbutting people, and that's what he got. So he's just in the middle of a crisis, but he's a brick as well. Awful footballer.
Okay. Marvelous. Aubameyang, man. What's going wrong?
With Aubameyang, I think it's just a case of him having carried Arsenal on his back with little or no support for the last 3 years, and he's starting to just sort of plateau in a way and level out, and his performances where he kind of dazzles with his goal scoring and becoming very, very few and far between. I think this is where the onus is on Arsenal to kind of find other players that can score. Football, last time I checked, there are 10 outfield players, and you typically have 4 or 5 players who are supposed to be able to score goals. So if Aubameyang isn't scoring and you're telling me that you can't get goals from anywhere, then that is a problem.
That's fine.
Wow. Come on. Wow.
Respect Yaya Sanogo.
Wow.
Disrespect.
Shout out, Mohammed, man. Shout out. Shout out. Shout out.
Oh my.
I might have to use that one in work tomorrow or something.
That's too harsh, man. That's too
That
harsh.
is hilarious.
Okay, continue. Marvelous. Continue.
But because I did not get to speak on the whole Arsenal dilemma, so I'll just touch on it really quickly.
Touch on that.
I think Arsenal suffers from something that I would call deadly delusions. I feel like with them, their issues extend far beyond the pitch. Their owner, Stan Kroenke, 2 years ago spent $5 billion building a world-class stadium for his American-owned team, the LA Rams. They've been to one Super Bowl since he took over them, and they've been performing outstandingly well. When I sit back and I think about it, it makes me think, is he using Arsenal as a way to fund his American exploits? And Arsenal FC is just like the girlfriend that he only calls when his main chick isn't giving him any fun.
Damn.
Because here's the thing.
We're gonna go there.
Here's the thing. I did my research, and last year, Arsenal FC was in the red by 66.7 million pounds or $1 million. And they've been losing money considerably ever since he took over. But when you look at his American-owned football team, they've been doing splendidly well. And what really makes it funny is anytime Arsenal is asked to cough up 5 million euros extra for a player, they say, "Oh, we don't have it, but we'll give you 50 pennies extra." If a player would have cost 19 million, Arsenal would offer 18 million and 1 penny. They've over the years failed to replace influential players that were integral to their success. And when they do have the one odd star player that they manage to attract, they think he can go on and do it alone by himself, as if he's some sort of Superman. Where was the Patrick Vieira replacement? Where was the Cesc Fabregas replacement? Where was the Van Persie replacement? Where was the Alexis Sanchez replacement?
The Vieira replacements, Patrick Vieira.
Where was the Santi Cazorla replacement? Even though he was injured a lot, where was he? And then when you look at the whole thing about Ozil not playing because of his comments about the mistreatment of Muslims in China and how Arsenal have a great fan base in China and the politic with that situation, it makes me wonder, are the Arsenal board concerned about football, or are they concerned about the image and money? Because I know one thing for certain. If you do not play good football, you will not make enough money. And that's a fact.
Thank you. Marvelous.
That's the case. You could say the same thing with Daniel Levy at Spurs. And look what's happened with them.
Wait. How so?
That's a situation, though.
No, just in the sense of this. If you speak to any Spurs fan before Mourinho came, they'd been saying the same thing about the waste of money on the new stadium, the fact that they were obviously terrible following the Champions League defeat, the fact they've not won silverware for goodness knows how many decades or so, and the fact that Daniel Levy is an absolute penny pinch that barely spends the transfer market. So, but obviously they're not speaking now. So all the same, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not trying to defend Kroenke here. But at the same time, we can't blame the whole thing on just Kroenke's complete and total mismanagement. So there are other clubs, other teams that have spent far less money on far less players and are doing better. Arsenal, 14th? So is everyone that's 14th above right now spending more money than Arsenal? Clearly not. So it clearly just can't be just Kroenke's underinvestment. That means that Leicester City, for example, are where they are.
So what is it then? So I think, is it a management thing, a coaching thing, a player acquisition thing?
I think it's it's multifactorial. It's a combination of things. It's player acquisition, it's poor coaching, it's also to a certain extent the delusion in certain aspects of the fan base that Arsenal are where they are when they shouldn't be. And to be honest, like, I just don't think that they've actually. I don't know. I just think that they need to get a new manager, and they need to get a new manager that can come in, that can actually work. To be honest with the young players, and I will say this positive about Arsenal, and I will say this positive that Arsenal have a great academy. They have a great academy. The amount of young players in that academy,
Saka, all those guys
Saka, even Martinelli. So shout out, because I think Martinelli's coming back. So when you guys are talking about goals, I think Martinelli is fit, and he was a G last season. So I think Arsenal will get some good goals when Martinelli comes back and is fit. But for me, you need a coach needs to come in that can actually revitalize his youth, because quite frankly, you've got a bunch of mercenaries at the club. And Aubameyang, because this is about Aubameyang, great, awesome, respect him. But since he signed that contract, because the thing with the difficult, this is what happened with Alexis Sanchez as well, coming to Manchester United, is that when a player signs a big contract and there is no possibility that they're going to potentially win a major trophy in the future, a Champions League, a Premier League title, etc., and they're coming towards the end of their career, there's no real motivation for that player to perform at the highest level. Unless you're an elite professional, it's very difficult to get motivated for a game every single day, especially in a league competition. And my fear is that Aubameyang's in a situation where he signed his last big contract. Arsenal are not going to be competing in the Champions League or Premier League anytime soon. So what is the motivation for Aubameyang to perform at the highest level week in, week out? You combine that with Ozil, a lack of creative midfield, and we've got Arsenal Football Club.
So, guys, look, I think we have spent enough time on our Arsenal things. I think it's time for us to move on.
I want to talk about though.
What? Who?
I want to talk about Aubameyang though, but just 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Just very quickly on Aubameyang, and then we'll then wrap up very quickly. Aubameyang.
Okay, well, I think Aubameyang is proven. Someone said, yes, he's not a good footballer. Doesn't look good on the eye, but
he finishes.
Finishes like from the days of Saint Etienne. That's Barcelona's former coach's name.
Oh yeah, please. 8-2.
He was playing there.
We don't do 8-2 here. We don't do 8-2 here. Please, thank you.
Barring this season, Saint Etienne, when he scored 16 goals, was the only season he has not scored more than 20 goals. I mean, more than 20 goals since 2012. So the guy excretes goals. It's no debate at all. I just think someone.
Jesus.
When AFCON is bigger than Arsenal, man.
He's a very bad man for doing that. I'm a very bad man.
No, but see, the guy, he scores goals. It's his daily job. He does that. He goes to the toilet with goals. You understand?
Braithwaite better than Aubameyang?
How can Braithwaite? I don't understand. I just
no. Come on, guys, come on, please. Don't give me that trash. Okay, look. Let's move it. Let's move it. So, guys. All right, guys. Let's
the main topic now.
Main topic. We got Bayern. Guys, can I just say this? When I said I wanted Bayern, can I just clarify this for you guys now? I said I wanted Bayern with Pulisic. That was the deal. So when I said I wanted Bayern, I said, because if you listen to the full clip, I wanted Bayern with Pulisic. If that happens, easy dub CL. Bayern, you never defeated Chelsea with the Pulisic. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
That's a shame, HK.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You never defeated Chelsea with the Pulisic.
I wanted Bayern. I wanted Bayern. I wanted them. I wanted Bayern Munich. And I think Bayern Munich will be slightly fearful.
I hear no Pulisic here.
Because we've seen teams get that ass at the Allianz.
Wow.
Means be rude. Maybe crazy. We've seen teams get that ass at the Allianz. We're talking Tammy Abraham brace at the Allianz, hat trick at the bridge. You know what I said?
No
A
place.
Tammy hat trick at the bridge and a brace at the Allianz. Tammy's getting a brace at the Allianz. This is what I wanted. The payments went through. The payments went through. Chelsea can beat this Bayern Munich side. Chelsea can beat this Bayern Munich side, and I am not. I'm confident. See, semis minimum is alive. You see, that's the key thing. Semis minimum is alive and well. Semis minimum is alive and well. Man. So, Chelsea are into Tottenham, bro. You see, last I checked, Chelsea wasn't spelled Arsenal. Last I checked, Chelsea wasn't spelled Tottenham. So, Leon the Juventus man, yeah.
Stop lying, bro.
Always good
Especially
luck.
when I'm here.
Oh, that was good. Classic.
Moving on very swiftly from that. So, guys, Bayern Munich face Atletico Madrid in the year of our Lord, 2020 on Tuesday. Bayern are through. They've won all their games, scored 15 goals, only allowed in 4. You see, this is now where things get weird. Because Bayern don't have to play their best players. And because of the fixture congestion that we're in, Bayern Munich, I don't think would be wise to put their, because remember, this is in Spain. This is in Wanda. So Atletico have to win. They should win. They must win. you know. But if you look at that, that's 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss. Obviously, you have Lokomotiv Moscow who plays Salzburg. So, Red Devil, what are you looking at here? Atletico Bayern. Give me a score. How do you think the game will go? And give me a score.
So is this at the Allianz?
No, it's in Spain.
It's in Spain. A draw. I think even if Bayern play there, no, because you're right.
Atletico would win at home.
No, because of the way that Diego Simeone is going to set up more than anything. Not that Atletico Madrid don't have the right players, but you're telling me that Diego Simeone is going time to attack Bayern Munich. You know that's not going to happen. You know he's gonna dig deep, defend, and wait for his opportunity. So even Bayern's second team, I still think, are still good enough to go toe-to-toe with Atletico Madrid. But you're right. I don't think Bayern Munich are going to play all of their first-team players now they're already through. So, yeah, I think it'll be a draw.
So you're saying what's 1-1?
1-1, yeah. Something like 1-1.
Hassan, what do you say? Atletico Bayern. Cassius, talk to me. Atletico Bayern.
4-0 Bayern. I know. About 4-0. That's
okay.
Coleman G 1-1 for Grass. 4-0 Bayern.
Okay. Cassius, talk to me.
Atletico 0, Bayern 2.
Cassius. Let me remind you, Atletico are playing at home. Bayern are already through. Now, with that knowledge I've just given to you, can you please readdress the prediction you just gave me? Thank you.
Atletico de Madrid 0, Bayern München 2.
Okay, let me just say this right now. If that score happens and goes through, I think I'm going to virtually slap Simeone. If a second string of Bayern Munich defeats these guys 2-0, wow. Footy Wizard, Atletico Bayern, give me a score.
2-1 Bayern.
Jesus, god damn. Nafef. Nafef, give me a score, Nafef. All right, Ben, talk to me. Give me a score.
For you to say that that Bayern won't play their strongest squad, I think you're underestimating the wickedness of Hansi Flick. I don't think he's just a good coach. I think he's a wicked person. After what happened after
Ben.
8-2, I saw his face. I knew
Ben,
he
how
was
are you
wicked.
still a Barca fan? Look, Ben, there's a guy called, there's a Ghanaian guy called, what's
On a serious note, I think you guys underestimate. Like the guy is wicked. Have you seen him? Have you seen how he looks? He's wicked, man.
He actually looks like
So
a nice
I think
guy, must say.
no, I think he's wicked. 8-2
Okay.
is wicked. You should take out your players after 6. Just take out 5 players.
Look,
Anyways,
it was fun, man.
I think it depends. This match depends solely on Simeone if he goes out to play, because
No, he
can
has to.
see
Because because
what Simeone.
mates, have you seen this? If Lokomotiv Moscow win and Atletico Madrid, if Atletico Madrid draw, Lokomotiv Moscow win, Lokomotiv Moscow going into second via goal difference because they'll have a better goal difference than them.
Nah, Lokomotiv are not beating. Salzburg are a very well coached team. They were unlucky to be. They were down 3-0 against Bayern. They did not deserve to be down 3-0 against Bayern.
I'm just making an argument. That let's just say, for example, Lokomotiv somehow beats Salzburg. Then, unless the Atletico lose to Bayern, Lokomotiv Moscow will go into second, and that puts a lot of pressure. Because this is a week 5, so then it will put a lot of pressure for them for that final game in week 6.
Although I just think if Atletico attack them, go and attack them, and the way they've been playing since, they have a chance to win, not just draw. They have a chance to win. But if this guy just goes to defend, it's going to be pimped. It's going to be pimped.
So score.
But if he attack, it depends on the 2 things I've said right now. But I'm just hoping Atletico can win 2-1.
Okay.
But I don't want to see a 5-0, please. No.
Okay, no one does. From Matthew Gundutu, thanks for the dub. Hope a true G. Arsenal need to axe the fraud. Matthew, can you please tell me who that fraud is? Don't you dare tell me that fraud is Aubameyang, because that is harsh. And that fraud surely can't be Arteta, who's doing his best. So who is the fraud that you're referring to, man? But Arsenal, it don't look pretty, man. It don't look pretty. Marvelous, talk to me.
I think with Bayern and Atletico, I think it's going to be 3-1 Bayern. So Atletico 1 and Bayern 3. And my reason is I don't think Hansi Flick appears to be the type of manager that will get complacent. I think he may rest
He's a wicked person, huh?
Yeah, I think he's a wicked man, for real. I think he will rest maybe one winger and one of the defenders, like one of the left backs, like he usually does. He may rest Kimmich, but I still think he will put together a team that will keep an intensity and get the job done. And I wouldn't be surprised if the game was 1-1 at halftime. He brought on those players that he meant to rest. That's the type of manager he strikes me as.
Okay. So wait, what score are you saying then?
3-1
to Bayern.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay. So Mr. Matthew was referring to the tapas pulis. That's harsh. That is harsh. Funny, but that's harsh, man. That is harsh. Gatlock, give me a score. Let's go Bayern.
It depends, Double H. It depends. If Bayern rests their players, I can see 1-1. But if Bayern do not rest their players, and let's say Lewandowski starts, maybe Gnabry also starts, or maybe Sané, then we could see a 2-1. It's just that I don't want to underestimate Atletico Madrid in their own home. They did stop Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to actually call Atletico Madrid out. But you see, actually, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to call them Atletico. Attacking Virgins, they did draw to, is it Salzburg or Lokomotiv in their last game. Okay, so it's very hard to call this game. So it depends on what lineup, because
Felix.
They've already topped the group. They've topped the group, so they literally have nothing to play for. They've topped the group.
Give me a score. So just give me a score.
I'll just sit on the fence and say 1-1.
Okay. Yeah, talk to me. Let's go back and give me a score.
I think it'll be either either a draw. I can't predict the score. Maybe 2-2, or somehow Atletico take this by the end. Or it depends because I agree with the guys. That Bayern manager is the fucking devil, man. So it could either be like a 3-1. You gotta go like sideways where Bayern like just dominates. Maybe they don't, because they seem to like beating Spanish teams at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So a 3-1 to them, or a draw, or a 2-1 to Atletico with the final minute.
Okay.
The last time Bayern actually faced a Spanish team away from their home, this is what happened.
Keep it away. Please keep it away. If you have a backer, I know a guy who's a backer for an Egg Boy Hero. Guys, I will need everybody right now. If Egg Boy Hero don't, Egg Boy Hero, you have a friend. Call somebody. We are here for you. Egg Boy, call right now. I will give you a phone number. Egg Boy Hero, my phone is open. My DMs are open. If you need a friend, Egg Boy Hero, a friend, I am here for you. Panic now, so
I'm sorry, but I've never seen you generous before. Bro, that night, man, you became generous.
Oh my God.
You have to realize this is that Egg Boy Hero has suffered. See, because this is a guy who, like, before the Liverpool game, this guy was like, there's no chance. This guy was like, there's no chance, there's no way. Afterwards, I literally just hear this guy. This guy just went dark. I was like, please, I beg you, please. Let this guy be fine. And 12 months later, this guy's get their assholes ripped.
Oh man,
it's like, for God's sake, how do you go from like Roma, give it to you, the next thing you lose 4-0, so 3-0 up, and that's you get colonized it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Barca has been
Let's go.
You guys are talking about Egg Boy Hero. What about that Joga Bonito kid? I haven't even seen him.
No.
Just
Egg Boy Hero is the main one. Okay, no, like guys, look, like let's not be okay now, guys. It's now serious stuff. Serious stuff. No more joke. Francis, Lampard.
Severe to win.
Chelsea versus Bayern in the round of 16 again.
Look, Francis. Let's get real. Let's get real. I need a dub. Because United draw, Sevilla draw, Man United draw, Tottenham draw. Can this team please beat a big name?
Not yet. Sorry.
I need a scalp. I want a scalp. I
You have
deserve
one.
a scalp. Because this is about topping the group. Chelsea don't go into a CL to compete. Chelsea go into a CL to win. Every single Champions League, Chelsea are amongst the favorites to win a Champions League.
What did they do last season?
Can you mute your mic? Thank you. So, nothing less than 3 points will be acceptable. And Sevilla have been a little bit tricky, you know? They've been a little bit tricky because, let me just pull up. Let me reference the La Liga table. And Sevilla, oh wow. Oh shit, they've actually improved. Sevilla actually 5th with a game in hand. Okay.
Yep. It's going to be a hard game, HH.
Wow. So these guys went from like 15th to 5th. Okay, look. Oh shit. Okay, damn it. I didn't actually realize that.
Everybody's focused on the Premier League. They've forgotten that La Liga is actually the same thing. The distance is not much.
Oh,
Yeah,
Barcelona are 3 points behind Real Madrid, I think, with a game in hand.
okay, look, see, this is a big game. This is a big game. And but for me, I'm like, Chelsea, I'm begging you, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot afford to come second. Because you came second, and we all saw what happened in that next round against those guys that were red. So Chelsea, see, this is all I need is just a dub. Chelsea, you win, that's it. Because I told you, the Premier League is cool. I need this Champions League. I'm sick and tired of Chelsea not winning their trophy. This is Chelsea's trophy. So guys, I want to confess to Gatlock. Gatlock, Chelsea to Sevilla. How much Chelsea? How do Chelsea win this game? And give me a score. Give me a real score. Give me a real score. A real score. Chelsea
but
Sevilla.
let's be honest. Do you really need to win this game? A draw is enough. If you draw with Sevilla, you're ahead on them with goal difference. I don't see Sevilla catching up this goal difference. And your last game is against their name.
Krasnodar. But Gatlo, this is my thing. I need this team to show character. I need this team to show some character. And the character I need is a win in Seville. This team is
actually, they've shown character, man. They're the draws.
They've not yet made it. Okay, I need them to make a statement. They've not yet made a statement. A statement is you go to Seville and win. Oh no, 100%. A draw, Chelsea are good. Wait a minute. Yeah, a draw, Chelsea are good because head to head will be the same, but then goal difference, these guys ain't catch up. No way, no how.
It's away goals. So if it's a score draw, then yes it is. I checked the rules.
The way the group stage.
What?
The way the group stage works is head to head.
Look it up.
And goal difference. Away goal is down there. It's head to head, then goal difference before away goals come into play.
So if, but it was 0-0, Sevilla is going away. So basically, if it's 2-2, then Chelsea go through head to head via the away goals because it was 0-0 at Stamford Bridge.
If you get a draw, regardless, Chelsea
regardless, yeah.
Because Sevilla need to win the game. So
basically, Sevilla need to win if they want to top the group.
Yeah.
So for me, so Gratlock, give me a score. What happens in this game?
Wait, who's at home again?
Sevilla are at home.
Sevilla at home. It's in Seville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, double that changes things. I thought it would be in your place.
No, it was 0-0. That was the first game.
Bruh. if it's in Seville, then that's a difficult stuff to ask. I think I'm going to go 1-0 or 2-0. No, 1-0 Sevilla. I was going to go for a draw before, but because Sevilla are at home, I don't know, man. Maybe 1-0 Sevilla. It could be 1-1, but
it's a tough place to go to. It's a tough place to go to, man. Aya, talk to me, man. What happens in this game? All right. Okay, Aya, talk to me.
I think Chelsea will just about win it in the end. It's difficult, but as you said, it'll be a good test of Chelsea's character as their players. Lampard seems to figure that out how not to lose games. He might go there to draw, or they'll definitely. But I don't think Sevilla will beat them. Honestly, I trust that Mendy guy has impressed me. If Mendy wasn't there, I would say a loss. But I think with Mendy at the back there, he's a confident. Chelsea look okay in the Champions League. Ziyech has been impressive, so I'll give it to Chelsea. 2-1.
Marvelous.
I hope and I pray that we win, not just because it would certainly make us top of the group, but also because it would be a testament that our character has improved and it would show that we have a winning mentality. But I can also understand if Francis were to set us up to try and get a draw. But that's where it gets very tricky. That's where it gets very, very tricky because if his mindset is we're playing for a draw, I can see a situation where through one mistake or another or a penalty, Sevilla are able to scrape away a 1-0 win, especially if they're on the front foot from the jump, because they will know that a tie favors us getting that first spot. So odds are that they're going to want to win and get that first spot themselves. So I think we have to come in with the mentality of let's go for the win. Let's get an early goal. And worst case scenario, we settle for a draw. But we can't come in looking for a draw because we put ourselves in a very delicate situation.
So what score are you saying then?
I think it'll be 1-1. I think it'll be 1-1. And big shout outs to Infinity Stones and Splashnet. Shout outs to you guys.
All right. Okay. Wow. Okay, Footy Wizard, man. Talk to me, man. Chelsea Sevilla, score.
I think tomorrow. Who's top? Chelsea.
Chelsea are top of the table, man.
I think 3-1 win for Chelsea.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to win tomorrow.
Nafeth, talk to me. Chelsea. Nafeth, talk to me. Chelsea Sevilla. All right. Ben, talk to me. Chelsea Sevilla.
Okay, 2-1 to Sevilla.
Ah, bastard.
They're just very, very, very.
Ben, mute your mic. Man.
So Sevilla are going to be on the front foot. I can see Sevilla dominating the game, to be honest, but they don't. Their strikers are En-Nesyri and Luke De Jong. So they've in many matches they've been struggling to score goals. They needed a last minute winner to score against who was it? Krasnodar. In the league, they win games 1-0 just because they don't have goal scoring threats. Munir can score a goal here and there, but he's not a consistent goal scorer. Luke De Jong will score a goal here and there, but he's not a consistent goal scorer. And En-Nesyri is just a poor finisher. So I could see a score draw 1-1.
And just before I come to Red Devil, Natsa, shout out to Natsa, Football Hub member, says, by the way, Marvelous said Arsenal would win the Premier League.
He did.
Marvelous, did you say Arsenal would win the Premier League?
Yeah, Gatlock, check the tape. I actually said that, and I actually owe HH some money. But I will pay when it is mathematically impossible.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that actually. I remember it now.
It was $100 wager. Yeah.
Yes, you actually put money on it.
Jesus Christ!
Really? What? Gatlock, get those clips.
Yeah,
man.
Gatlock, get the clip.
Look, no offense, but to be fair, there are some clips I don't bother recording because I just don't think anybody is crazy enough to do.
Gatlock, find that freaking thing because money is tight. Money is tight.
I could find it. I could find it tonight if I do some digging. So I could probably.
He's just snitching on himself.
No. Here's the thing.
Yeah, that's no fun. Bro.
I made the comment. I made the comment tongue in cheek, but then everyone in the Hangout sort of backed me into a corner, and I was like, no, I'm gonna stick by my decision. So until it becomes mathematically impossible,
you have to play that brick effect.
Basically, in 2 weeks' time.
Look, Ty Velos.
Bro, it was psychologically impossible.
You dare not put me in the Brick Academy, because if you do, I will free Marcus Alonso and we will overthrow you.
Marvelous. Don't worry. There are going to be some very interesting developments to the academy coming very soon. I told you, I'm opening up the academy to users. Ham's papers are getting processed tomorrow, so he's going to be the first member of the Brick Academy. Ham.
Mbappe wing.
Who said that? Sick fellow. Red Devil, talk to me. Chelsea Sevilla, talk to me.
Mega's saying it was on HH's birthday, so that might help. When the Think Marvel took the bet, it was on HH's birthday. Remember?
think that was a Sunday.
Yeah, it
I
was
think that
it
a
was the hangout of the game where Arsenal beat Fulham 3-0 that weekend.
Yes, the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. The only contesting win. yeah.
Wait, Marvelous. I would like to present you with this, man. From me to you. You made that prediction on the first game of the season because they beat Fulham. Lord in heaven, Red Devil.
No.
Chelsea Sevilla.
They were also very, very outrageous predictions made, but I think mine was just the pick of the bunch because it was Arsenal. I think I would say that I was blinded by how Arteta was able to beat Liverpool 2-1 and then City 2-1 and that whole thing. I thought there was a red revolution, but I was wrong.
Okay, look, Red Devil, Chelsea Sevilla. Talk to me.
1-0 to Sevilla, mate. I think. And I tell you what, because I think it was Benjamin made a good point that Sevilla don't really have a lot of goal scorers, but to be honest, when Chelsea played teams that were middle to above level, they kind of been derived with goal scores as well. Yeah, against the Burnleys, the West Broms, the Krasnodars, they put 4. But against United, against Spurs, against Sevilla, etc., they haven't really been able to come up with the goals, really. So I just think that them being away at Sevilla, I think Sevilla may just have that home advantage and a bit of rest as well. And they'll be able to come with a goal, probably sneak in a cheeky penalty, defend well, and it'll be 1-0 to Sevilla.
You sick man. Guys, rounding it off. You see, this is what I hate. Because I can do it, I'd rather not. I prefer, especially if it's a big game, I prefer to have my full concentration on one big game. But it is what it is. I have to watch both of these games at the same time. LSG against Man United. So let's just look at what is happening in here. So this is by far the most interesting group. This is a fascinating group. And here's my thing. I still believe PSG are gonna come through because I just don't believe in Leipzig. But look at that group. And let's be real. Istanbul are still in this. Istanbul are still in this mofo. So let me come to Gatlock. What are we saying here? PSG, Man United. Man United are at home. Old Trafford, man. What are we saying? Hey.
Bruh, this is the battle of who goes to Europa. And like I said before, Double H, United going to Europa ain't anything new. Leipzig going to Europa ain't anything new. I need somebody new to go to the Europa. Inter, they screwed up against Real Madrid.
Man, those guys are Europa guys, man. That's fine.
Yeah, man. They are Europa merchants. In fact, just because of that, I don't even want them to go to Europe. I want them to come last. In that group. So they have 2, so they have 2 points. So I won't be surprised they come last in that group. Or better yet, Donetsk and Gladbach go through. That would be funny. However, you see, this is a very good possibility. United bottling it, because the thing about United is they do this stuff where they go on a good run, and then when they're favorites or expected to beat a top team, they mess up. That's how United roll. But I'm hoping this Tuesday ain't that time, because United need a W. I don't want a draw. I need a W from United, because Double H. If I hear Mbappe and Neymar rocking to that song I just played, this will be your ultimate juju ever.
No. I think look, as I said again, if Mbappe ends up in the Europa League, I'll have to take a hiatus. I'll take it, because that
Question:
would be
him going to the Europa League, does that negate the World Cup?
Yes.
100%.
Because it's regression. You were touted to be at the highest level, and now you're going like that.
Because it's one thing for United to be in Europa League with Pogba. I get that one, but PSG, bro, I don't remember last time they were there. So
if it goes to Europa League and
have that
doesn't
kind
win
of
it,
conversation.
what will you do?
Huh?
If it goes to Europa League and it doesn't win it, what will you do?
Do you know that it would be worse if they go to the Europa, win it, and they celebrate? That would be worse. That would be worse.
No, what would be worse is if they got knocked out by like a Tel Aviv Maccabi or something like that in the quarterfinals.
Red Devil.
But HH,
No.
so you're telling me that
Wait. Red Devil, you have to think three-dimensionally. Yes, that'll be bad. Imagine if they win it and they celebrate a Europa League. They actually celebrate it. That would be more embarrassing and sickening. So
if they win the Europa League and Neymar is dancing. Let's be honest.
That's his bloody stupid blonde hair. Look, Gatlock, give me a score, man. Give me a score.
Dude, I don't know, man. Because these are two very unpredictable teams. I'm thinking of 2-1 United, but it could be 2-1 the other way as well. So this is very, very tricky. I do not know Double H. But if I'm just going to flip. Okay. Heads or tails? Give me one.
Tails.
Shit. Okay, then that's 2-1 PSG.
Oh wow. Okay. But before I come to Footy Wizard, Andrew Laurie says Leipzig's head-to-head is better than PSG because of away goals. Bro, things are going to be tight. Things are going to get tight.
What part of after head-to-head is goal difference? Do people not understand? Away goals comes after goal difference, or even after maybe goal scored or something.
Pull up HH.
Yeah, I looked up the
Wikipedia
rules.
page.
I looked up the
It's
rules.
Champions League 2021.
Like
format. I checked it a couple of days ago. The second
goal
thing is
difference
away.
is second. No, goal difference is second, and away goals is either third or fourth. I'm looking at it right now. I bring the facts.
Unless 2020,
I'm looking at it right
changed.
now.
To understand head-to-head is
Hands up.
then goal difference, and then away goals based on the head-to-head. That's why everyone's getting confused. So head-to-head is first, but then they take into account goal difference, and then they take into account the away goals based on the head-to-head. So that's
exactly.
Yeah, and then after that they use the cards, red cards and yellow cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say if it's so if we're talking about PSG and Leipzig, what was it? Leipzig won.
So that's why. So Leipzig won 2-1. And then PSG won the game 1-0. Leipzig won 2-1.
Yeah, Leipzig won at home. So PSG are ahead of Leipzig right now because they scored an away goal. Leipzig didn't score an away goal.
They're ahead of Leipzig right now because of their goal difference. That's why they're ahead of the Leipzig right now. The head-to-head is the same based on the...
Yes, but it's head-to-head between tied teams. I'm looking at it right now as well. Between tied teams, it's 2-2. So the goal difference is even. So then
goal difference is after...
goal difference is not
the away goal is after the goal difference.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say here. So the goal difference is irrespective of their head of the individuals clashing. The away goals after the goal difference is based on the clash. If that makes sense.
Okay, let me explain this way.
Look,
if they are equal,
my friend, this is it here. We're here. So, blah blah blah. In each draw, teams are based on the 20. Okay, where is the thing with group stage, man?
Bros, just say tied group stage Champions League and you get it there.
Right. Tied.
If teams are tied in group stage.
What the heck? It doesn't even show it. Where is the ruling, man? There must be a site where they just have ruling of this whole thing, man.
It doesn't. It's not going to come to it anyway. So like irrespective of what happens, because someone's going to win or draw on this result.
Type in
on the format. You're
type
gonna
in
see
Champions League
tiebreakers.
2020-2021
on the format, you're gonna see tiebreakers. Keep going down.
Wait, 2020, 2021 group stage.
It has its own. It's just like the Champions League group stage for this season.
On the format, you're gonna see tiebreakers. You saw
Here we are. Here we are.
Look at the order it's in.
Yes, so that's essentially what I'm saying. So points,
But it's in head-to-head matches. So if it's even, if it's 2-2, then the away goals, because then if it's even,
The away goal is fault. Look at it down there.
yes, but if it's, let's say, like I said, with PSG and Leipzig, PSG are ahead because they scored an away goal. The goal difference is
PSG are ahead
goal
because of
difference
the
is
goal difference is number two.
so what is the goal difference in head-to-head matches?
What? No,
It's
no,
not
no,
the
no,
head-to-head
no.
matches.
It's
PSG
right
have
here.
plus
Goal
one
difference in
goal
head-to-head
difference.
matches.
No,
PSG
he's
have
right.
plus one goal difference. Leipzig have minus three.
Galak is right. So if you look at point 6, it says goal difference all 6 group matches. So goal difference all group 6 matches, which is what I think we're getting confused about, is 6th. Second is actually goal difference in head-to-head matches.
Head-to-head matches. So it's
So
between
that is
both of them.
Yes, so that's why PSG are ahead. No, so he is actually right.
The first 4 all say in head-to-head matches. They make that clear in head-to-head matches.
Yeah.
So that's why PSG are ahead, because
Yeah.
they scored an away goal and Leipzig didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused. Because PSG have plus one. That's the reason why they're ahead, isn't it?
No,
They have a higher goal
Let me.
difference.
Can I
PSG
explain
scored
this
an
to you
away
guys?
goal in Germany.
Can I wait?
Yeah, I
Dad,
know
listen
that.
to me. Listen to me. These rules will only apply in time of a tiebreaker. So if at the end of the 6 matches, PSG and Leipzig or PSG and United were tied on points, then these rules would apply in the 2 head-to-head games that they played against each other. Right now, the reason why PSG are ahead is because they have a better goal difference overall.
Overall, it's an
There's
overall
no
goal difference.
tiebreaker. This would only matter in case of a tiebreaker.
It's if the teams are tied.
Exactly.
I bring the facts.
No,
Okay.
Marvelous. Look, it's they're tied right now. They have 6 points. What,
There's
like,
no tiebreaker.
They have 6 points,
have
but the
6
goal
points.
difference is what
They
separates
both have
them.
6 points.
About the game.
Whoa, guys, just one at a time. So Cassius, speak.
A tiebreaker, I'm pretty sure that 6 and 6 is a tie. So the tiebreaker, the reason that PSG are ahead, it showed in the number order. A Red Devil said it perfectly. Goal difference in general in all matches is 6. It says clearly in head-to-head matches. You see it there. Points in head-to-head matches.
Alongside teams,
Both of
yeah.
them had 3 points. I'm talking about PSG and Leipzig here because I think that's the best example. Points in head-to-head matches, both of them got 3. Goal difference in head-to-head matches, it was a draw. It was 2-2 over the 2 head-to-head matches. So the goal difference for both of them is 0. Goals scored, like I said, both of them scored 2 goals in head-to-head matches. PSG scored an away goal, and Leipzig didn't. It was 2-1 in Leipzig favor in Germany.
So
PSG
would
won
go
1-0.
through. So PSG would go through.
Yes, PSG have the head-to-head.
I don't think PSG and Leipzig ever. They don't think they drew in Germany.
I said they won, but over the 2 legs in total, it's a 2-2 draw. But PSG have an away goal. It's just like a regular Champions League tie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from Andalores, that's if Leipzig win and United win, PSG Europa confirmed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. So, I think it's so Footy Wizard. What score did you say? PSG Man United.
I pray United don't flop because I want PSG in that Europa League because I want to laugh. I think they'll get a penalty. 1-0 United.
Oh, okay. Ben, talk to me. Score.
As much as I want PSG to be in the Europa League, I think PSG will win this game. Because I think, it's sad, but I think they will win maybe 1-0, 2-1. Like United won't. I don't think they have the. I don't think they'll be able to do it.
Okay.
Do this for us, United, please. Do this for us. But
Okay, what else? AR, talk to me. Score. PSG against Man United. What do you think the score will be? PSG Man United on Wednesday.
I'm not sure, but I think Man U will win. I think it'll be a 2-1 or 2-0. I really don't see PSG coming out of this. I do feel bad for Mbappe, but PSG are just not up to the task. I have a funny feeling. I actually put a bet on with a friend. I think Man U go all the way to the semis. Believe it or not.
What?
Okay.
Believe it or not. It's one of those funny years, guys. Believe
No,
it or
no.
not.
Look, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay.
Marvelous. Talk to me. PSG Mania.
I think, given how wishy-washy both of these teams are, it's difficult for me to give a definite answer as to who would win. And then when I take into consideration all the juju that Ole uses, I wouldn't be surprised if PSG were leading and then it ended up being a 2-1 United win. Is Cavani cup tied?
What? No.
He's okay. So
Can he be cup tied? This is a new season.
okay, no. I was just making sure. I'm sorry. Okay. So I think United will win, and that's unfortunate because it would more than likely seal PSG going into the Europa League. But I think they will win. I feel like PSG, that whole
So
them
what's the
getting
score? What is the score? What is the score?
2-1.
To PSG or you to United?
United. Some juju magic.
If Mbappe flops, is he a brick?
No. Cassius, talk to me.
I can't really give you a result because, to be honest, whatever happens, whatever the result, as long as it's, well, even if it's a draw, no matter the result, we're gonna have some banter on the hangout because if PSG need to win this match, if they do not win, they're out. They're in the Europa because as long as we assume that Leipzig beat Istanbul Başakşehir, PSG are in the Europa League, and that would solidify Neymar as his transfer as a complete failure. Like Neymar, he used to be my favorite player, but if he does well, it's cool. But if he fails, just as the picture of his face when they lost to Manchester United 2 seasons ago, it made my day just seeing that because he thought he could carry a team to a Champions League and he's failed to this point. So yeah, no matter what happens, you can't give Mbappe the same grief even if they get knocked out because this is Neymar's team. Neymar is the marquee signing. So you can't, even though I've somewhat criticized Mbappe, I don't think you can criticize him if PSG get knocked out into the Europa League. So, and on the other hand, if Man United bottled the 2 wins they had by losing against Istanbul and then losing to PSG at home, that would still be a great hangout. So,
HH, can I just say something very quickly because I think it's important to clarify this.
Okay.
According to UEFA, which I'm looking at right now, if tied on points at the end of the group stage, meaning after the 6 matches have been played, the tiebreakers will then be applied to the teams in question. So as of right now, the reason why PSG are ahead is because of their goal difference overall. But if they were to be tied on points, I'm looking at the UEFA website, my brother.
No. Okay. Look. For me, look.
At this point, I don't even care.
Yeah. Just look at Group B. No. I just look at Group B. Krasnodar has a worse goal difference than Rennes, but Krasnodar are ahead of Rennes. Please explain. Look at Group B.
Let's see Group B. HH, go to Group B.
E. Past it. Krasnodar have a worse goal difference, but they're ahead of Rennes. They drew in their match 1-1.
They scored more goals. Do you know how goal difference works, Cassius? I'm sorry.
Look, it's head to head.
No, guys.
They scored more goals.
Guys, we're moving on. This is not please. Red Devil, talk to me.
Right.
Red Devil, talk to me.
This is the time that Mbappe and Neymar will step up. Hat-tricks from Mbappe, assists from Neymar.
Guys, this is an example of reverse psychology.
It's not reverse psychology at all.
This is an example of white magic.
It's not white magic.
And learn.
It's not reverse psychology because at the start of this campaign, people said PSG were going to be there. So I expect. This is the game. This is the game. This is the game. So if we're talking about these players, these world-class players, and Mbappe, Neymar, they have to step up in this game. And if they're world-class, then they will step up, and Mbappe will score his hat-trick, and Neymar will score their assist. It's simple as that. Manchester United have a up and down a form record at home. I'd be more confident we were away, but at home we're struggling to be difficult. So you've got that as well. We've got a few injuries because Pogba's injured, McTominay's injured, although I think Martial might be back. So this is PSG's game to win, to be honest. It is. Like, if they don't win the game, then, can we really honestly say that Mbappe, Neymar are still in the world-class conversation?
Red Devil, can you please give me a scoreline that isn't filled with wizardry and witchcraft, please?
Wizardry and witchcraft. 2-1 to PSG.
Didn't complete lies.
I've got a quick question.
Complete lies. So yeah, go
on. When has Neymar stepped up? You said he's going to step up. When has he stepped up? I've been a Neymar fan.
Oh no! I didn't personally say these things. I didn't personally say
or Barca. When has he stepped up?
I didn't personally.
Bros, come on now. Look at his crest. Look at his AV. Do you really think he wants Neymar to step up?
I didn't personally say that was the case, but I just remember the start of all this that I was told on numerous occasions by certain members on this channel that himself and Mbappe would step up. And in fact, Mbappe was far superior to anything that Marcus Rashford would be, and who's yet to score, obviously, a Champions League goal this season, Mbappe. But in all seriousness, like, at the end of the day, like, it could go either way. And I think it really much depends on how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually sets up this team, more so than I think what PSG have. Because PSG is built as a brick.
If Cavani scores the second goal and it becomes 2-1 to Man United, and that knocks PSG out,
that'd be hilarious. But that's too perfect of a story. Okay, look, guys, let's move. So to our main topic right now, Modric and Xavi. So,
guys, peace out. Take care.
Peace out. So look, Luka Modric and Xavi. Many people have waxed lyrical about Xavi. They've talked about Xavi, about these guys and so forth and blah, 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 that Xavi is one of the best midfielders of the generation. But do we need to revisit this again? Because I'm just going to put forth an argument, but I want to just hear where everyone is at with regards to, at their very best, who was the better midfielder? I don't want to hear about accolades. I don't want to hear about trophies. I don't want to hear about what they've won. Man for man, like for like, one against the other, at their very best, who was the better central midfielder? Who was the more skilled and talented central midfielder? Let me come first to Aya. At their best, who are you taking, Modric or Xavi?
Interesting, because I've been had this debate with my old man a couple of days ago. We talked about the likes of Xavi and Iniesta. We talked about Modric. We put Pirlo in there. We even put the likes of Juan Roman Riquelme. I think after watching his performance there against Inter Milan, because he actually put on a clinic for an old guy.
He was incredible.
He was incredible. I think they play similar. One could argue they play different positions. I would just about give it to Modric, just because I've seen him at two different clubs and I've seen what he does first. I think he's asked to do more, and when it's put on, he has put it on his back. He has put teams on his back and said, "Guys, let's go." He has calmed things down. Left foot, right foot, range, short passing, dribbling, and he has goals. So I think I'll give it to Modric at the moment. Maybe it's because I haven't seen Xavi in 10 years, but I'll give it to Modric just now.
Okay, interesting. Footy Wizard, where are you going with this?
I'll agree with AR, to be honest. I think Modric over the past couple of years he's been too cold. Modric is a cold player. But Xavi is good though, but me, I prefer Modric. I don't have much to say on Xavi, to be honest.
Okay. Marvelous. Modric or Xavi, where are you at with this?
I say Xavi is the overall better footballer and the overall better player, but I will give Modric props to say that he might be the more versatile of the two, given the fact that he played for Tottenham and obviously with Real Madrid currently and with the Croatian team. The three of those teams all play slightly different styles, and he's able to contribute and work effectively in all three of them. I think with Xavi in Barcelona and with Spain, there was a system, and that system revolved around him and Iniesta, obviously, but there was a system that he was accustomed to and a system that he kind of pulled the strings. He was kind of the puppet master. So he was never really put into another team where we were like, okay, let's see you pull the same strings in the midfield in this team that plays a different system. So Xavi is the better footballer because I think if Modric wasn't that Barcelona team, he would not have been as effective. But Modric is more versatile, if that makes sense.
I'm going to come back to you on that, but I'm going to come back to that. Ben, where are you at with this? Pick Xavi, pick Modric.
Xavi, full stop. Don't insult. Don't insult.
Ben, don't worry. Look, I'm just getting a gauge, but I'm coming for you. I'll come for you. I'm just getting everyone's gauge. Cassius, where are you at with this? Pick Modric or pick Xavi?
Xavi Hernandez.
Red Devil? Red Devil.
Yeah, well, I mean, Xavi, one World Cup, 2 Euros.
Wait, Red Devil, did you listen to what I said at the start? I said remove trophies and accolades away from it. This is
can't really
like for like.
It's part of it's why they play football, to win trophies. So and Xavi in those teams was essential. So it's Xavi all the way.
Okay, so let me come to Ben. And also Marvelous and Cassius. So let me just present an argument, and I want to see what Ben, Marvelous, Cassius, and even Red Devil say. My thing is, if you put Xavi in a different team that plays a whole different system, is he still functional? That's the first thing. Let me continue. Modric, as of right now, is still damn good. Xavi, after a point, was pretty much done and finished. So you could argue that Modric has had better longevity than Xavi. Let me continue. In terms of how effective you can be in the final third, in terms of carrying the ball into the final third, and in terms of your shooting, your finishing, dribbling, beating players, finesse, flair, creativity, imagination on the ball, Modric defeats Xavi. So, I say again, because this is where I said I wanted to come to Marvel, to say that Xavi is overall the better footballer, but Modric is more versatile. That for me is almost like an oxymoron. It doesn't make sense because when you say versatility, I'm thinking of a guy that, because you've got so many skills at your disposal, you're like, okay, I can adapt here, I can adapt here, I can adapt here, because your versatility means that you have a larger palette and a larger skill set. So you being versatile obviously means that you have more tools and you have more attributes than the person that you're being compared to. But my thing here is this, and this is what I always said about Xavi. Look, I respect Xavi and so forth. Can Xavi exist outside of that system? Let's keep it real. That Spanish system and that Barcelona system was exactly the same. It was identical. There were more Barcelona players in that Spanish team than any other player from any other club. So I'll come to Marvelous with that. Based on what I've just said, do you still say Xavi?
I still say Xavi, and here's why. In my opinion, a footballer's versatility does not equate to how good they actually are. So what I mean is, yes, Modric is the better footballer, tongue-tied. Yes, Modric is more versatile than Xavi, but he isn't the better footballer, because when you take into account things like range of passing, calmness on the ball, vision, dribbling, you may only say that Modric is only superior in goal scored, like scoring more goals from open play. So I think with those individual stats, Xavi is above Modric in terms of footballing ability. And I kind of regard versatility as a footballing ability. So although Modric may be more versatile, he can play more in different systems and with different types of players around him. He doesn't have as great a vision. He doesn't have as great a passing ability as Xavi does. He doesn't have the same football IQ as Xavi does.
He doesn't have the same football IQ as Xavi?
Yeah, there are very few players that I think have the same football IQ as Xavi.
Wait,
and I hate that system that he kind of spearheaded. But I have to admit it. I have to be real. I have to be objective.
Okay, okay, Ben, talk to me then. Expound on why you pick Xavi, even though Modric's game was more expansive and more dynamic than Xavi as a midfielder.
Okay. Well, the fact that somebody can play 100 positions on the pitch doesn't mean it's better than a mercurial midfielder.
Whoever said that? Let's keep this to central midfield.
No. Okay.
Tell me how Xavi is more dynamic. Go for it.
I'm going somewhere. I take someone like Yaya Toure. He could play almost anywhere you want to put in terms of midfield. If you want him to sit deep, he will sit deep. If you want him to play to control, he can. He's big enough. He can run. He can shoot. He's got so many goals. So that makes him the best midfielder in the world or something, or in the last 50 years. No. I'm saying something. Somebody can be so good at a specific thing. And that's what I said about Ozil when I was comparing Ozil with I think Cesc Fabregas or somebody. Like, you can be so good at what you're doing, and because of you're so good at it, like, you can't now say because somebody else can do several things, then it's better than you. No, there's a level you play to. There's a level you take your game to at a specific thing. You have to rank that person more than another person who can do several other things.
But Ben, I have never said that Modric's greatest skill is he can play multiple positions. Modric only plays one position, central midfield. That's it.
Okay, Okay, as a central midfielder, I'm not talking about holding midfielder. No,
central midfielder.
As a central midfielder, you can are you trying to tell me that Modric is better than Xavi as a central midfielder?
I'm saying there's an argument that Modric is better, and my argument is
how? What argument?
My argument is in terms of passing dynamism, carrying the ball from midfield, how transitioning the ball from mid. Because the thing about Xavi was, let's keep it real. For me, Modric was a better dribbler. Modric had better balance.
We're not talking about dribbling. Now you're going back to my Yaya Toure explanation. Yaya Toure could dribble, could drive forward, could do all that.
But Ben, a central midfielder, all of those things are part and parcel. Because I said this on Friday. Central midfielder is the only position where you're required to tackle, to pass, to shoot. As a central midfielder, you are required to do all those skills. Of course, your main thing is to
although that old school central midfielder though, who has to tackle and do everything. From that Pep team, coming up, there was Busquets to take care of that.
No.
There was Busquets to take care of the breaking down.
Has to press. Everybody has to
No. This is what I'm saying. If you look at someone like Pirlo, and that's why when you compare Pirlo and Xavi, I'm going to take Pirlo because I believe personally that he was one of the last true central midfielders who could do it at the back, could go forward, he could do all of that. But the game started changing with that Pep team in many ways. That's the truth. So this guy, he wasn't really a tackler. That wasn't his job. He would distribute the ball, short passes, long passes, control the pace of the game. I've not seen anybody control the pace of the game the way that guy does. I've not seen somebody release players the way. Sorry, what did you say?
I said fact.
And I'm not seeing someone. Do you know how this guy released? You know, when you talk about tiki taka, tiki taka is outdated now, but at its peak,
very outdated.
This guy, it seems like they were just passing pa. But the moment Xavi releases Messi, oh God, You will wonder where did this come from. So you can't just you can't now sit down one day and think because
Ben, could Xavi do it in a different system?
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't care less. He has done it so good in that. Yes, it's like Ozil.
Could you do
You can't tell me,
system?
can Ozil play DM? Oh, let him go and do it. What? You can't try that. Bring a player who will protect him at the back. Put Ozil on that number 10. He'll show you what he can do. That's Ozil. So don't say, because of one weakness. No, that's it. Let somebody protect him. Let him play his best position, and let's see who's better.
So
that's it.
Let me come to Cassius, but Cassius, talk.
So can Xavi play in another system?
No.
So are we saying Xavi can only play with Guardiola and Vicente Del Bosque, or what? Is that what we're saying?
He can only play in the tiki-taka system, and that's it.
Okay, so would you describe Luis Aragonés's 2008 Spain as tiki-taka?
It wasn't to the
because they played a 4-4-2.
It was. I remember that team very well. It wasn't to the same extent, but it was similar to the point where I remember that Spain-Italy game, and the commentator even said, "Man, these guys are just being very tedious," based on how obsessive with the passing they were, because they passed the ball so much that the commentator even said these guys are just being very tedious. But obviously they won on penalties. But you could still see that the beginnings, just the very original beginnings of that whole thing of passing the ball, was in Aragonés's team, who also was a racist against Thierry Henry, shout out. But when Pep, Del Bosque, and thingy came, they then Dutchified it from Cruyff and everything.
They played a 4-4-2. That you can't tell me a 4-4-2 is the same as when Del Bosque played like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 at Barcelona. And Xavi in 2008 Euro, that's before anyone knew who Pep Guardiola was. Had one season as Barcelona B team coach. Xavi was the best player, voted the best player at that tournament, and obviously played the key assist in the final. It's true. You can look it up. Xavi was the I guess it would be like the golden ball of the Euro 2008, and that's before Pep Guardiola. That was before Vicente Del Bosque. So you can't just put everything in. Oh, Xavi can only play in one system because because it was the same Spain team. There were different players. There was Marco Senna there. There was Carlos Marchena there. It's not the same. 2008, there was a Capdevila there. It wasn't. You can't just say every Spain team was the same when they played a 4-4-2.
Yep.
But before I come to some other guys, about Cassius, I'm just making an argument. I don't want to just make an argument. My thing is, look, of course I respect what Xavi does and how good of a midfielder he was, but are we downplaying how dynamic Modric's passing was, and also how important he was to 3 CLs? 100% what Spain did, Barcelona did, was big time. Those 3 international trophies that Xavi was key for. But Modric was also extremely key and very important for 3 CLs in a row, where we saw what he did in that 2018 final, we saw what he did in that 2017 final. So, to your point, being objective, are you saying that Xavi is clear, or there is a strong debate and an argument?
Can I answer that?
Peak? No. First to Cassius, and then I'll come to Red of them back to you. So Cassius.
I think I respect Modric a lot, but I don't think it's really a debate, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's clear, because then I think that's overboard. But I think Xavi is just simply a better player. And a better midfielder. I heard you when you were doing the Xavi and the Pirlo debate. You were saying that Xavi doesn't really do anything in the final third. Please, maybe you can even pull it up right now. Look at Xavi's numbers in goals and assists. You said he did. You said you yourself said that he did nothing in the final third.
The eye test, actually, Xavi, you can actually quantify what he did actually. But when you see him, when you watch the videos, you won't blaspheme again, guys.
Look, even like Ben makes a good point. It's the eye test and just the movement and creating and organizing the entire team, organizing and build up. That's really what
you see,
Xavi was a master at. But
you
let
see,
me just finish. Let me finish. Like, it's not only those things in like the midfield. He was also like incredible in the final third, making runs into the box, scoring goals. He wasn't that great at shooting from outside of the box, but he was capable of doing it and through balls and everything, anything you could want, even in the final third.
And my thing is, and then I want to come to Red Devil, and I want so other guys to speak. I sat down and I watched a Xavi vid. I watched it, and this is just my honest appraisal, quality and everything. For me, Modric has a higher eye test mark than Xavi. In terms of the eye test, Modric passes the eye test with a higher grade.
I think it
than
depends
Xavi.
on the eye of the person, though. Whose eyes are we using?
I agree with HH. I agree with HH.
Wait.
Whose eyes?
Wait.
Is it your eyes?
Wait. From PK Amono says that, have you had a hangout where no one showed up? Yes. But years ago, I think it was about 1 or 2 years ago, I logged in. I was the only one there. I was like, okay, F it. I'll just do it by myself. So yes, that has happened before. But I think people are a bit more regular now. Red Devil, have you changed your view based on the science I have spit?
Yeah, but Modric is a good player. There's no doubt about that. No one's saying that.
Red Devil.
No one's saying that. So, but
good.
So I'm just quoting. I'm just
Red
quoting.
Devil,
I
good.
learned from you
Good.
about have this person done it? Has this person done it at the highest level? Have they done it in a CL semi? Sorry, a World Cup semi? Have they done it in a World Cup final? At the end of the day, Xavi has done it in that aspect.
Yeah.
And Modric not.
Was Xavi ever voted best player at the World Cup?
Was Xavi? Does Modric have a World Cup? You need to have
Modric was compensated the same way Messi was compensated. Let's be frank.
He didn't have a treble with Madrid.
Can I respond? Can I respond to that? No. Can I
Modric
respond?
was compensated the same way Messi was compensated. Let's be frank.
And they were in a final, HH. Croatia were in a final, and they bottled it against France. He didn't turn up. It's as simple as that. I'm just using your logic. I'm just using your logic, HH.
Best
I'm
player
just
at the
saying.
World Cup.
See, did he get the World Cup? That's key. You can be voted, but you need to have the vote with the World Cup, man. That's all I'm saying. So it's
compensated with a Ballon d'Or as well, man. Yeah. Oh god.
Because if it's about voting, then we'd have to say that Eden Hazard can't really be classed as more classed, really, because he never. You kind of see how it is, HH. We'd have to say that there are other players that are much better than Hazard at the time. And now,
although Hazard, even without voting, is not that good.
Hazard's good, but he's not world class.
Ben, can you mute your mic, man? Okay, so sorry. Okay, let me come back to AS. So AS. So tell me. So give me more of your arguments of why you're rolling with Modric, just based on what everyone has just said so far.
It's just based off just the fact that I've seen him play in the Premier League. I've seen him do it. I've seen how Tottenham struggled to replace a player like that. Everything Xavi's done is admirable. It is difficult to replace those kind of players. Those are like once in a lifetime rare players. Only like the likes of Scholes, Pirlo, maybe Xavi are like true tempo controlling, game controlling guys. But like what Modric can do on the pitch, the eye test, it's quite impressive. I've just given it to him because of how you phrased the question. You said up until now, like who has done it more, and that game against Inter recently just kind of reminded me of what Modric has in his locker and what he's asked to do. Yes, Xavi's amazing. He was amazing for Spain in the Euros 2008. Before that, it's difficult. I could say Xavi could come and play in other teams, but I haven't seen Xavi. Xavi's great at what he does, and only did what he did. Never gave me more. Like I've never seen Xavi put a team on his back and say, "Guys, I've got this here. I've got this that." Great positioning. Yes, the tiki-taka. He can take the ball. He obviously, the intelligence, the movement. He's in the triangles. He's in the pocket passes. But what Modric has done, and yes, you can say he hasn't won a World Cup. Messi hasn't won a World Cup. There's a couple of fantastic players who haven't won a World Cup, but he was vital to that Croatia team. Do you know what I mean? In that, was it the semi-finals against England or someone? If Modric hadn't put a couple of those through balls through in the midfield, it'd be a different conversation. So I just give it to him slightly. But looking back now that we've had this conversation, I think you could almost say I think Modric could have played on the same pitch with Xavi. I think Modric is probably closer to an Iniesta, although I think Iniesta is slightly better than Modric
Mm.
in that angle. But I'll. Uh, it's difficult because I would love a Xavi on my team because I know he can dictate tempo. But if I really need to win a game, I'll have Modric in there. I'll have the small man in there.
Oh no, because see, I think the key thing that Aya said is, for me, Modric was a player that jumps out at me. Xavi was just a player that I admire what this guy is doing. So there's more of like an admiration of the specific role that Xavi is doing. But for Modric, it is more of a case of like, wow, this guy is really being exceptional, and you can see how he just stands out as an individual. Like you look at that 2017 CL final, that 2018 final, the way that Modric just ran that game, you're like, no, this man is literally taking over this entire game as a midfielder because he's going from the wing here and everything, and he's just orchestrating the entire game in a much more dynamic, enigmatic way than Xavi did. I think Xavi was okay. I know I'm key to the system, but we are all parts of this kind of organism that we're all doing, and I'm just a component. Modric said, no, I'm the guy that's really pulling all these strings. Like, look at that pass that Modric gave to Cristiano in 2017, where he got all the way to the wing and then produced that cross from the wing whilst carrying the ball. That kind of dynamic move, Xavi doesn't do that because Modric is combining passing, balance, athleticism, vision, and crossing to produce that cross to Cristiano in that final. You know,
I'll respond to what you said at the end, more on like actually on the pitch. But this whole Modric praise from you is crazy, because I remember just a couple weeks ago. We don't have to go that far back.
Oh Lord.
You were saying that Modric was finished.
Yes.
You were saying, I remember Real Madrid lost against Cadiz, and you were saying Modric played well against Levante. All these Madrid fans, they said Modric was back, and you were saying, Modric is finished. Modric is finished. It took one game, and you completely changed. Now Modric. Look how great Modric is. So really, this whole agenda coming from you, we have to do this debate again just based off of one game.
Okay, can I respond to that? 100%. Because based on how Modric was playing, I was like, oh, he's reached his peak, he's done, and so forth. Similar, I said the same thing about Zidane. After the 04 Euros, when they lost to Greece, I was like, Zidane is done. Yeah, the guy's finished, and hence why he retired. Okay, he's done. But nobody's Nostradamus. Nobody can predict the future. Nobody could predict that Zidane could come out of retirement and look as good as that in 06 based on how washed and finished he looked in that 04 Euros against Greece. So based on what I saw from Modric, I was like, okay, this guy must be done. But now this season, the way he's been playing, I'm like, wow. And that's the beauty about football. Things happen that you can't foresee. I didn't foresee Modric at his age, where you should really be on the decline now. He's still not 27 to Modric, but the way that he's still sort of extracting some sorcery to still show us glimpses of that thing, I'm like, nah.
So that makes him greater than Xavi. That swayed you makes him greater.
Ben, did I say it was better? I said I am presenting an argument.
Does he have
an argument? You're arguing for Modric. In fact, the way you presented the question from the start.
Benny, I'm presenting an argument.
Does he have a treble though, HH?
2 trebles.
Treble.
He's got 3 CLs in a row.
2 trebles, bro.
Okay, look.
2 trebles, 3 CLs. Or 4 CLs, actually. Sorry, bro.
See, my thing here is that, look, just to close on this, I think, look, Xavi is a guy. What I always give to Xavi is, I have never seen a guy keep the ball as well as him ever before. And I remember watching a game saying that I'm going to watch and I'm going to see whether this guy loses to the ball. And this guy would have 3-4 guys around him and literally using first touch, boom, 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 and always find a man. And it's like, only when you've played football and have played in central midfield do you admire how hard that is to do. If you've never played football, you're like, oh yeah, it was really good. Only when you've played football and you've played central midfield and you know how difficult central midfield is and how difficult it is to think 2 steps ahead, where before the ball comes to you, you know how to give the ball to another guy. And even when the ball comes to you, even if you're being pressured by 2-3 guys, you can still keep hold of it, turn around and still be able to find another man. And as well as you're finding another man and keeping possession, you know how to make that key forward penetrative pass. So that is just the thing that I admire about Xavi. And I think, again, it is difficult comparing both of them because, yes, they're both central midfielders, but they played it in a different way. Xavi was a guy who sat and was about, you can almost say, maybe you'd say a Xavi Cruz would make more sense because they were similar, and Xavi is clear of Toni Kroos. Whereas Modric was a guy who carried the midfield, because normally, let's say you have a midfield of a 2, you have one guy that sits, that is there to maintain possession, and you have one guy that really travels and goes forward. So that's my take. So before we go, because people are going to get on my case for this, Liverpool. Let's just do this Liverpool thing because I was not aware of the Liverpool situation. So, see, here's the thing. I'm just on the assumption that, hey, Liverpool, they can win this. It's finished, but
they're gonna beat Midtjylland, though. Come on, let's be real. They're gonna beat Midtjylland. So they have 12 points. Even with Liverpool's B team, they're gonna beat Midtjylland. So they've got 12 points. They're already through. So I don't actually know what the debate is really, because we know they're gonna beat Midtjylland.
But what if Midtjylland say what's up?
I mean,
I want to go back to the preview. You were hyping up this. I didn't even know how to say the name until some people have been saying Midtjylland. Midtjylland. You were saying, oh, these dudes could say what's up.
Yeah.
Look at them. 0 points, 2 goals, and 11 goals conceded. You were hyping this team up. I'd never even heard of them. You hyped this team up. Look at them.
They were landed.
So basically, Liverpool
are through if they beat Midtjylland.
But they can come second. But are they guaranteed to top the group, or they can still come second?
Let's be real, they'll top the group. Let's be real. Please.
They have Midtjylland and Ajax.
Yeah, if Ajax beat them, if Ajax win the next 2 games, which is they'll
13 points.
Liverpool.
Ajax will not beat Liverpool. Let's be frank.
Liverpool are through. They're gonna beat Midtjylland. So regardless of what they do against Ajax, they're gonna go through.
No. But one of the things is that do you think they finish first or did they finish second? And the key thing is, do you think Ajax beats them at Liverpool? Because Atalanta said what's up at Anfield. These guys have injuries. They've got guys missing. Do you see Ajax maybe going there and saying what's up to them? See, for me, you see,
Liverpool have front 4 complete.
What do you say?
Don't Liverpool have their fantastic 4 complete? None of them is injured now.
Yeah, but look. If you can't beat Brighton, Ajax should be able to say what's up. Okay, so look, let's go around the room and then we can then end it. So Red Devil, Liverpool, Ajax. What do you say? Score?
2-1 to Liverpool. I think Liverpool. Oh, actually, hold up. James Milner's injured, isn't it? He's injured now.
Yeah.
Wait, who's playing Liverpool's back 4?
Bro.
Can someone put a back 4 for Liverpool right now?
If Nico Williams plays, then they could probably lose.
Yeah, Robertson's fit. Is who are the other 3? Generally, I'm asking who actually is playing Liverpool's back 4 now that Milner's out. I don't actually know.
I just think it's just some guys that can just find on the streets, man.
Is it Nat Phillips or Reece Williams as center backs? I think Fabinho's fit.
So look, give me a score. Come on, give me a score.
Right, yeah. I still think Liverpool will be able to get the win. 2-1 to Liverpool.
Cassius.
Yeah, 2-1 Liverpool.
AR.
Yeah, Liverpool 2-1 or Liverpool 2-0. Liverpool and Atlanta to go through the next stage.
Marvelous.
I think I say Ajax 2-1. I think Ajax will win.
Damn. All right. Footy Wizard.
2-1 Liverpool.
Damn. And Ben, round us off, man.
3-1 Liverpool.
Oh wow. Well, guys, my preview will come up very soon, and then I shall reveal what I shall do in my preview. But for me, I still feel that despite all the injuries, Klopp whinging, Klopp whining, and complaining, Liverpool will still end up top in the group. I think Liverpool will beat Ajax, and they'll beat your boys Michi. But Michi, if you can say what's up, I think you will do us all proud. You don't want to be a Marseille and go out with 0 points. Guys, peace out, stay true, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for the CL post-match between Liverpool, Ajax, and of course, Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich. Peace out, stay true, stay real, one. Peace out.
Hazard is a brick.